later in the week. Now, for the next 7 days, no extreme weather is expected in the Eastern Cape, and it appears there's no hope for pushing back day zero in the drought-stricken Nelson Mandela Bay at this stage. Now, moving from your snowy weather, let's take a look at those sunrise views you get to share with us. Roald Arndt sent us this stunner. Look at that, how beautiful the colors of the sky is blending together on this Monday morning out in the bluff. Lionel Chamberlain sent us this orange morning sky in East London, rather. Paseka is showing off some photography skills, catching this sunrise view filled with the clouds in the side view mirror out in Tembisa, Gauteng. Peter Lowe sent us this soft pink sky lighting up the greener out in J Bay. And finally, we have this mystical image sent in by Reiki Finch. Look at that scattered clouds across the sky with a yellow glow in the distance. What a lovely photo to share with us. So thank you so much. And please continue to share those sunrise views with us. That number to do so is 063 408 8863. Let's get into your temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, your low for today is 4, your high 17. Mbombela 6 with a high of 20. Pretoria 620, Johannesburg 6 with a high of 18. Sunny in Mahikeng 8 is your low, 22 your high. Klerksdorp 4 reaching a high of 20. It's sunny in Kimberley today, 4 is your low, 18 your high. Bloemfontein a cool start of -4 with a high of 17 for today. Richards Bay 8, 19, Pietermaritzburg 2, 18, Durban 11 with a high of 19, Mthatha 1 is your low, 16 your high. East London 9, 17, Cradock -1 reaching a high of 17. If you're in Gqeberha, partly cloudy conditions, 7 is your low, 17 your high. George 9 reaching a high of 17. Sunny in Cape Town, 10 is your low, 20 your high. Worcester 8 reaching a high of 21. Sunny conditions in Sutherland, 2 is your low, 15 your high, and Uppington. Expect a low of 12 and a high of 26 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your first look at your weather for today. We'll have another update shortly after 7.
Thank you, Zozo. Now, what do we have on the cards now?
Oh, man, I've got to get warmed up, brother. I've got like a Skip Nation challenge coming up a little bit later, and I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot of this, a lot of warming up, and I know especially for the cold winter now, you guys are going to absolutely love this. What about you?
No, I only thought that you skip meals, but that's fantastic. Okay, for me personally, I'm looking forward to doing self-assurance in a relationship, which is so important to bring you and your partner together. You're going to love the conversation. Any comments, 063 40 8863. We'll be right back just after these.
See you soon.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. It's Monday morning and we're diving straight into the relationship talk, because when a relationship is fresh and new, we go all out in the way of expressing our feelings, shower each other with love, and make necessary compromises while we're in that honeymoon phase. Perhaps one of us wants kids while the other hasn't even thought about it, or one is already planning a dream wedding while the other hasn't considered marriage at all. Now, after a year or so, you realize that being in a relationship is not just about romance, especially when something between the two of you changed and you end up being stuck. Is it then when partners seek assurance, making sure that amidst the changes and the challenges in your relationship, you still choose to be with each other?
What a scene setter. Like, I felt like that was a movie that you just described.
I was the narrator.
But it's like, it's real life though, and this does happen. So today, we chat about assurance in your relationship, featuring the relationship architect, resident extraordinaire, Shelley Lewin is here, as well as a couple who knows all too well about compromise. LLB student and radio presenter Zoe George is here, and sound engineering student and musician Kenzo Constantini will be here to make sure that we unpack this properly. And if you have any thoughts or experience to share, feel free to drop us a voice note on this number. Please remember it's 063-408-8863. Let's jump straight in. Welcome, panel.
Welcome. Now, Shelley, we love having you on the show, and I love a person that's named Zoe, so I thought I would ask Zoe the first question. You and Kenzo in a relationship. How did the two of you meet?
It's actually such a funny story. So, at my very first job, I made a friend there, and after I left, after a couple years later, she just had a birthday party, a birthday braai, actually, which is funny because she's actually a vegetarian. And Kenzo was friends with her and her then boyfriend, so we met at that braai, and I want to tell you it was something romantic, like, you know, we ran into each other and just like, you know, made eye contact, and it was beautiful. But I think we just spoke throughout the night, and the more we spoke, the more we realized that we actually really wanted to get to know each other. So when he asked me out, I was actually in the middle of my exams, so I was thinking to myself when I went to the party, you know, I'm not even going to date anyone, nothing's going to happen. And he was in the exact same space too. So it's funny how we ended up being together, both of us, when we were in a time when we didn't even want to get into a relationship. And then the rest is history.
It's good history as well, it really is. Because I can see both of you there. I feel the resonance of love here, I do. But it's just to go in terms of the differences that have kind of connected you or really just identified your relationship. Maybe you, Kenzo, could like answer this one. Just some of the differences that have popped out. Because, you know, differences you recognize within yourself, but then sometimes you get peers and friends and outsiders recognizing the differences too. So what were they, if you could kind of just categorize them for a second?
Well, for one, I mean, I guess you can see from our complexion, we're culturally a bit different.
You are a bit tan.
Probably Zoe was raised religious, for example. I wasn't really raised religious, not from any like specific religion. My parents just like kind of raised me to be like, what's the word? I guess spiritual, is that the word?
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, that's one difference for one. Got a small age difference of like 2 years also. She's the older one. But yeah, funny enough though, we're both in our last year of studies. So yeah, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now, Shelley, I might sound maybe a bit pessimistic here, but you know, it's very rarely that the world allows two people to align to be together. And I'm a firm believer that opposites attract. But what are your thoughts on two different people coming together and making it work?
You know, when you combine any two things together or pair any two things, the core elements are either going to bring out the best in each other and enhance each other. So something like, think of something like even steak and red wine. The red wine, the tannin in the red wine actually enhances the flavor, okay? Or you bring two things together and they actually clash. They detract from each other. So if you put Mentos inside Coca-Cola, it creates that explosion, right? So when you put any two things together, you're going to have one of two responses, or it can be completely neutral. And I think when it comes to the pairing of people or people pairing together, the same thing applies. But it's not the differences that are the problem, it's the differences that cause disharmony that are a problem. So it's a good idea to really know who you are, who you're not, what it is that matters to you, and then align yourself with someone that finds those things equally important. Otherwise, it causes big disharmony between the two of you.
Okay.
Disharmony is a powerful word. Now, for you two, there are clear differences. I mean, Kenzo, you've stated them as well. But now I think about this word assurance, which is why we're here today. Assurance is because when you are so different, there's that thing in the back of your mind around, what if she finds somebody that's more like her and not like me? What if you find somebody that's more like you, not like her? What creates that assurance for you guys, before we unpack it with our relationship architect later, and of course a couple of comments, what are the assurances that you feel in this relationship? Maybe Zoe, you can answer this one. What is that thing in your mind that says this is strong?
Well, like Kenzo mentioned earlier, there are quite a few differences between us. Our religious backgrounds are very different. So for me, in the beginning, that was actually a very big difference for me, because I obviously wanted to be with someone who shared my faith. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, it was a bit difficult, but as the time went by, you know, I could see that he genuinely had what I was looking for. You know, he's a good person, he shares my morals, my ethics, and even though he may not necessarily share my beliefs, I feel like his person, his character is better than many Christians I've actually met, which is kind of sad, actually, when you think about it. But in doing that, I've also spent quite a bit of time in prayer. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on air, but yeah, and I genuinely believe that I am in the right place, the right time, and that this is where I'm supposed to be with him. So that gives me the assurance, prayer, and also the fact that I can see that both of us genuinely put in a real effort to stay together. Despite our differences, there are quite a few actually, we work a way around it, we compromise, we find a way to meet each other in the middle so that we can both enjoy this time we spend together and our relationship.
Oh, listen, we can talk love all day. We are talking relationships right now. Shelly Lewin, Zoe and Kenzo, they are not going anywhere. They're going to stay with us as we unpack a little bit more on today's topic. And of course, our WhatsApp line is open. We would love to hear your comments. Perhaps you've experienced something similar. That number is 063 408 8863.
Fantastic conversation indeed, but we're going to skip into something fantastic right now. Skipping exactly is fantastic. It's a fantastic method. It's basically the perfect option for training when it comes to power, speed, as well as endurance, and it has so many key benefits, especially when it involves the ankle, your pelvic stability, as well as knee stability on top of that. Now, it also boosts your balance, your coordination, and overall fitness. So if you're not skipping already, then you really want to ask your question, why are you not? Now, Masi Felani is here today to show us a jump rope workout routine and also chat about Skip Nation Rope Skipping Challenge. Masi, how are you doing this morning, brother?
I'm good, thank you, brother. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. I don't know if I should be scared or excited, but like the jump rope can get quite technical, right? But first, let's talk about the Skip Nation Challenge. What exactly is that? Can anybody get involved, and what's the whole thing about?
All right, Skip Nation is this is our second annual Skip Nation. Sorry. So, it's already launched the 19th of July. Okay. And then this one is going to be virtual. All right. Okay. So now we are inviting all South Africans and all schools and clubs. I am from Khayelitsha. I have my own skipping academy. Nice. I am the coach. I'm coaching kids. I have my champions here. Today, they're going to give us a demonstration later. Okay. So, Skip Nation is going to be virtual. So, what we are normally going to do, we are you guys are going to record yourself skipping 30 seconds, running in the rope for 30 seconds, or you can do feet together, all right? And then you submit your score on WhatsApp at SA Gymnastic Federation.
And how do you score the points in the skipping exactly? Okay, just how many times you can actually skip?
When you do this, the running, so we count your right foot as as you run in the rope, so we count the right foot 1, 2, or feet together. You jump feet together in 30 seconds. So we count as judges how many you can do in 30 seconds.
Look, I see we've got some rope here. It looks a little bit unique to me. I've never seen a skipping rope or jump rope with these beads on it. Is there a reason for the weight? You want to maybe show us a demo while we're at it?
Okay, so basically our 30-second speed is running like that.
Okay.
So every time when your right foot touches the floor, we count like that. 1, 2, 3, okay?
Okay.
Or you can go feet together is then.
Okay, so that's both feet jumping at the same time.
As fast as we can.
So as fast as you can is essentially the goal first. Let me try this out. And what's the reason for all this, these beads on the rope here? Is it kind of to increase the weight of it?
Yeah, it also helps with your arm workout.
Okay, so this would be number 1, running on the spot, right?
Nice. That's running in the spot for 30 seconds.
And then you want to see how fast you can go. Should I tempt it out and see? Would this do well? Come on, we can go faster. Come on, faster. Yeah. Okay, I can imagine this can get quite intense. So what's a basic score that some guys are getting in 30 seconds?
So in 30 seconds, the highest is 90 in 30 seconds. Only
90?
90, only counting the right foot.
So technically they did 180
I'm gonna show
steps.
you how fast I used to go. When
Okay, wait. Should we change the cameras to slow-mo quickly so we can keep up on?
Okay.
All right, let's watch this man go.
I'm gonna challenge you now. I'm gonna do it maybe for 10 seconds. And then I want you to watch my right foot.
Okay.
And tell me how many jumps I can do in 10 seconds.
Okay, Mzansi, pay attention.
Yeah, but only counting my right foot.
Watching the right foot count. Every time the right foot lands, he's going now.
You guys ready?
Let's go. We got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah! Fast, your keys and everything are flying out of your pockets.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't a game. I thought I was going fast for a second. I was like, yeah, man, this is easy. I got this. All right, clearly a pro at this. Clearly this is something that you're obviously taking into the Kasi as well, I believe, right? You're obviously empowering some of the kids there.
Exactly.
What is the plan with that? Are you hoping that this kind of gets them busy, gets them active in something else?
Yeah, so the plan is, especially we want to take it to schools, you know. Where I'm from in Khayelitsha and Cape Flats, we don't have enough extramural activities. So I'm sure South African Gymnastics Federation has given schools gymnastics in a box.
Okay.
So in the box, there's 50 skipping ropes.
Wow.
So now for this challenge, you know, it's an opportunity for the schools to utilize the gymnastics in the box, you know. And also it's going to help kids, you know, mentally and physically challenged, you know. So, yeah, I'm very happy for this, and it's going to keep the whole South Africa active and fit to getting them in a healthy lifestyle.
I love that. I absolutely love that, man. But look, guys, don't go anywhere because Masi, like you've heard, has brought 2 professionals down to give us an actual demo of what they're going to be doing, how they're going to be skipping, and exactly what these champions are actually made of. So we've got a nice demo of what exactly it's supposed to be doing. I tried that single one. I'm going to try that double one, see if I can challenge you, see who can go fastest. And then later on, Mzansi, don't go anywhere because we will get the pros in here to do a full demo. But this is pretty much like it is, right? Double foot, all right? Let's see if I can go fast as you. Definitely not. Okay, before I slice my feet off here, this has been absolute fun, and it's a great way to get your cardio on. So I can't wait to meet the 2 pros that you got brought in here. We've got SA gymnasts or SA skippers that are coming through. So part 2 is going to be absolutely incredible. We learned about it. Now we're going to find out about the pros and how exactly they get their skip on. So we'll see you in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso live at S3. Happy Monday, and we're back with our panel discussing seeking assurance in your relationship, especially when your desires are not necessarily aligned. And we're joined again by the relationship architect, Shelley Lewin, and a couple who knows all too well about compromise, Zoe George and Kenzo Castanini. And if you have any thoughts or experience to share, please feel free to use the WhatsApp line 063 40 88863. In fact, talking about that WhatsApp line, we do have a voice note from Gloria who actually wanted to weigh in. Let's take a listen.
I'd definitely rate myself a 9. For me, confidence is everything. Like, if you don't have confidence, I feel like there's no need at all to be with someone or to be with me or to be involved with me, because I'm not about to boost someone's confidence all the time. Someone who doesn't have confidence, it's quite draining. I've experienced it with the next person. It was not a nice experience.
Okay.
And I mean, at least that the boundaries are set up, you know, and Gloria knows exactly what she wants. And if you want somebody with confidence, it is actually okay to set up those boundaries. And today we just focus on self-assurance in a relationship as well, and just continue the conversation with our relationship architect.
Now, Shelley, at what point does differences in a relationship actually weaken the bond?
So if you think about it, when something is a priority for you, you always find time for it, money, energy, you make time and space for it in your life. So you will prioritize that thing. And if you are with someone who has completely different priorities, that is finding time, money, effort and energy on something completely different, what can happen is that the two of you start to live separate lives or parallel lives, and it can cause neglect or indifference. And the other thing is that if you aren't respecting the things that are a priority for your partner, it can cause a problem. But I know that Zoe and Kenzo mentioned that he actually joins you at church.
Yeah.
So he's respecting the things that are a priority for Zoe, and that's the point. You really have to, otherwise it will weaken the relationship, because you'll just slowly start to drift apart.
You know, a relationship actually exists in a world where there are outside factors. So, Zoe, with regard to some of the outside factors that you've noticed, I mean, you can have a happy bubble and just go on, but they do affect us. They are there. We're not going to be naive to them. What are some of those for you?
Well, Kenzo and I are two very separate people. We live our own separate lives. So I'd say the obvious factors will be the fact that we're both studying full-time.
Yeah.
I have some jobs. I'm a radio presenter, amongst other things. But I would say the main factors that are, you know, outside of our bubble would perhaps be maybe my family. They're not against this union or relationship at all, but, you know, they would want me to do certain things. You know, I'm Nigerian. We have certain ethnic rituals that we have, well, not rituals, but like customs that we have to do when we are married. And like, you know, those things, being unable to do them here in South Africa, also my family wanting, I don't know, like they really do like Kenzo though, let me just say that. Yeah, just for the record, but yeah, they would perhaps want him to do certain things that he may not be ready to do yet. So that is an outside factor, perhaps. Just the whole me being so deeply ingrained in the church, and yeah, that.
Okay, interesting. Now, Kenzo, I know that, you know, often compromises, it happens in a relationship, especially when it's two different personalities trying to work at making a healthy relationship work. Shelley just mentioned earlier, one of the compromises is that you go with Zoe to church. How do the two of you make compromises in your relationship?
Well, I guess you could say communication is key.
Yeah.
I think in any relationship, it's like a relationship, just a friend or, you know, a partner, whichever it may be. I think communication is very important, especially for the hard topics. Like, of course, they're not easy to talk about, but that's why they're called hard topics. So I think, yeah, any hurdle that comes our way, we just kind of deal with it and, like, talk about it openly, you know. I think that's very important, yeah.
Communication is key. I love that. It's not even a cliche. It's actually it's a blueprint. You know, it's so important.
Yeah.
But talking about blueprints, let's go to the relationship architect, Shelley. Now, it's a tough question. I'm sorry, but you are the architect. When is a good time to have those tough, hard topic conversations? And I know it's a tough one because, you know, dating world, you can't put a time on anything. So just from your side, the religious beliefs, the views, the opinions, what you think of the vaccine, all of those things. I mean, these are big things that people they had to navigate this throughout the past 2 years. So when do you have those conversations?
Well, I think there's no shame in being who you are and wanting what you want and having the things that are important to you be important to you. So you really want to have those conversations as soon as possible and don't delay at all on the things that matter. And I think that the moment you start to delay on these difficult topics where you're avoiding the conversation, and exactly what Kenzo said, it's about, I wouldn't say compromise, more accommodating each other. You're accommodating each other and you're having communication and respecting each other and keeping the conversation going. So the sooner you can have them, the better, and the more frequently, the more differences there are, the more frequently you can have them, the better.
I love that there's no cap on having those difficult conversations, because I assume the two of you were friends before you started dating. You became friends first before you dated.
Yeah.
We actually met a year before, and we just followed each other on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, he used to make music, and then he'd message me did you listen to my new song? And I was like, oh wait, let me just go listen to it quickly. And then be like, oh, I love it.
Well played. I have to say that. We have many more things to unpack, but thank you for your honesty. And I know we're tapping into the depths of your relationship, but I mean, this is all for a good cause. Yeah, we're getting straight in there. We're sliding into the DMs of their relationship, but we have so many more little facets of this to talk about. If you have any comments or experiences, please share. 063 408 8863. We'll continue in the next couple of moments.
I cannot wait to experience that. So send those voice notes in because I'm dying to hear what your opinions are. But for now, let's share a different opinion, and that from the kitchen. And of course, that involving food. Now, it can be a preventative medicine, and it can be something that we consume with a diet that is packed with nutrients, vitamins, as well as minerals. Now, it goes without saying that it is the most powerful when combined with other healthy habits, like getting adequate sleep and exercise, like we've just had before the break, which I absolutely love. Now, one of the ways to help you with those healthy habits is with a Clover Manhattan iced tea. And we're going to show you how you can amplify the health benefits by making a great tasting health shot to get your week started on the right note. And here to show us how, of course, is the beautiful Jenny Morris. How are we doing this morning?
I'm going to faint. Look at you.
I'm working out so much. I just had a workout previously. I don't know if you saw that. I was skipping with Masi, and it was quite a lot of fun. And I definitely can see the body needing this. It's the perfect start to the week. It's kind of like a health boost, health shot. So, yeah, I'm staying in fitness gear for most of the show today, and I think that's why we're pairing it with something so fitting right now. A lot of minerals and a lot of the good stuff.
Absolutely, and we're going to add other things to it. So what I need from you, my love, and then I'm going to talk you through all the wonderful attributes of what we're going with our... This is the black iced tea, which I love. So you're going to chop some ginger and slice it, but I'd like you to hurt the ginger just ever so little.
Hurt it ever so little?
Let me show you, darling.
Please do it.
I just want to get close. So
what do you mean by this?
So what I'd like you to do is just bruise it, mind your face. Okay, just bruise it a little bit because you want to release all those wonderful
and then give it a slice. Okay.
It's any excuse just to rub up against.
What are you going to be busy with on your side?
So I'm going to get my tea nice and warm.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, you could make this and then just put it back in the bottle and take it in the car with you.
Ah, okay.
You see how easy. Or you
so is this going to be like a hot drink? Yes.
It's it's like a hot toddy.
But you could essentially cool it down afterwards again, right?
Absolutely. You can make iced tea with it again. But it's lovely. It's winter. You want something warm, darling.
Yes, please. Warm up the soul. Bring me the fire.
Yes.
I love the fact that we're obviously using Clover's Manhattan iced tea. And if you didn't know about it, then let me tell you something about this good stuff. Now, it's naturally refreshing. It's got no added colorants, and it's made with purified water. Now, with robust tea extracts, it's also Manhattan that has also included a low kilojoule or kilojoule option, and it also has natural sweeteners, so none of the extra necessary stuff. On top of this, it's also infused with vitamins to keep you naturally refreshed in a healthy way. Now, this has got to be the greatest choice when it comes to putting something together, but I've got to get my work done here. Of course, Jerry Morris has put me on a task of ever so slightly...
Just mind your face.
Yes, I noticed that earlier. It could get a bit dangerous.
You can slice. Now, because I'm a girl that likes a lot, what I'm doing here is I'm going to hug my rosemary nice and close to release the oils.
I see what you're doing there.
I'm double smell, darling. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, rosemary has got such a... I don't know if the word is right, but the herbaceousness of it.
It is herbaceous.
It's herbaceous.
And it's good for growing hair.
Really?
Of course it is.
Okay, say no more.
Bald, you should make rosemary tea. It's actually better if you let a cow lick your head because it opens the follicles. But
careful what you say, because I'm slowly losing hair, so I'm going to be running around frolicking in the pastures, having cows lick my head. My hair, sorry.
Apparently, they say. There's a disclaimer here, don't trust everything I say. So what I'm doing, though, is because I want to keep that lovely fresh element to it, I'm going to infuse some of it in my Manhattan black tea. Look at that, all ready and done. And then I'm going to put some of the fresh also.
Ooh, okay.
So I need some of that ginger, darling.
Ginger is on its way.
Lovely, chubbly. I'm going to put, I want to put some of that in there too, and then the rest I'm going to just pop into the pot. And we're going to heat this up beautifully. And away we go. If you would like a little squish of fresh lemon in it as well, let's just go with that.
Just looking at the ingredients alone, I mean, Manhattan's iced tea on its own already has so much good quality and so many minerals.
Everything.
Now you're adding, like, just some extra good stuff. I mean, the lemon, the rosemary, and the ginger, these are synonymous with, like, teas that are just providing health, good stuff, and obviously the warmth we want in winter. So this is absolutely nailing it. I think it's perfect for my day-to-day, obviously working out on the show quite a bit. I've got, like, another 2 sessions coming up. And I think for everybody else that's just needing a little bit of a booster, you definitely want to try this. And of course, you can get it at expressoshow.com. It's a beautiful, easy recipe that I think the entire family, friends, anybody else you want to invite for a gesal session, this is definitely the one. I mean, what a refreshing way to get the week started. So for you, Mzansi, grab yours today. And if you need to know how to make this health shot, then of course, just go to expressoshow.com and everything you want to know is right there. Nice stuff, Jenny. Well played.
Enjoy it.
Is that for me?
That's for you.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yes.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Add a little sunshine. Everflu C Immune Booster Plus, now with vitamin D. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3, and we are continuing our conversation around relationships. And even in the strongest relationships, getting on the same page about the big questions can feel impossible at times. And that's why today we are discussing and seeking assurance in our relationships, especially when your desires are not necessarily aligned. Now, we are joined again by the relationship architect, Shelley Lewin, as well as the beautiful couple, Zoe George and Kenzo Castanini. There we go.
If you have any thoughts, just send it our way, please. And 0634088863.
There we go. Now, it's beautiful that you're here. And I know, Shelley, sometimes it gets really, really tough. But how do we do it when our desires in our relationship are so different, but we want to keep going in the relationship?
You want to keep going as long as you never have to sacrifice who you are and sacrifice your self-respect or your dignity. So as long as you can maintain who you are and the thing that really matter to you. So, you know, Zoe's not going to sacrifice her religious beliefs and give up the church in order to make the relationship work. If she was to do that, the relationship wouldn't work. So if you want to make it work, you really have to respect each other and learn to collaborate well with each other.
And if you had to flip the script and you realize, okay, we love each other, but our core beliefs and our core alignment is just not a match, when do you then decide, okay, it's maybe best for us to step away from the relationship?
Well, I think it comes back to what I said about the giving up who you are and compromising your self-respect and your dignity. You know, when you can't be who you are and you have to be someone else in the relationship to make it work, no relationship is worth that, giving up who you are in the world.
Well, talking about that, I'd like to try something with you two, because the relationship architect taught me everything I know. But, you know, when it comes to you, Zoe, looking at Kenzo, understanding the character, the beliefs, the qualities. Oh, look at that. Look, I love it. It's working already. This is great. What are some of the qualities in Kenzo that make you and give you the assurance that you can weather any storm?
Well, Kenzo is one of the kindest, most sweetest, empathetic person I've ever met. He truly does persevere through everything we go through, and we have had some issues that we've had to talk about, even though, you know, I don't like talking. So, like, we've weathered through that quite well. So I think the fact that he just never gives up, he's very determined, and he is just a good person. Like, how can you not want to fight for this?
This is a very good session. Can we flip it around now? And let's go to you, Kenzo. Right, with the same amount of conviction. Zoe, qualities that help you weather any storm.
Yeah.
I guess I could say the same about Zoe. You know, she's quite determined as a person. Yeah, like, as I said earlier, also, like, communication, you know. My opinion, I mean, I'm not really the expert, but I think, yeah, I think communication, of course, and talking about those hard things and compromising what you have, like, what you have to compromise. Yeah, it gets, I mean, it's not always easy, of course, but yeah, all good things come to people, you know, put effort into it, and yeah.
It all pays off.
Yes.
Now, Shelley, I feel like we get a lot of assurance from you, being the expert, being the relationship architect. What advice do you have for couples that perhaps, you know, are not, or maybe struggling to have those difficult conversations that can lead to not necessarily compromise, but harmony in their relationship?
Okay, so what I really love hearing from the two of you today is, can you hear how much positive regard there is for each other?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of respect. I can see that there's a lot of sincere respect and regard for each other. And as long as you can maintain that respect for one another and for the differences that you have for each other, and you find ways to collaborate around those and find a way of working around those, that you can really make anything work as long as you're maintaining the respect, the communication, the collaboration. But when the respect starts to dissolve and you stop caring, and when when contempt starts to filter into the relationship, the moment there's contempt for one another because of the differences that you have, that can really start to become abrasive and break and erode the respect. And then when the respect is gone, then you start having big troubles in the relationship. So I think that as much as possible to keep the communication alive and going so that you can really understand and maintain that positive regard for each other.
This has been such a motivating conversation for anybody who is having a bit of difficulty listening to you two, especially when you stare into each other's eyes and tell each other about the qualities. That was great. I love that one. It was my favorite. But to you, Kenzo, and to you, Zoe, thank you so much for sharing. I know we got really deep into your relationship, but you were very open and honest about it, and I think that's just a testament to how much you communicate and how much, you know, sort of open honesty is available in your relationship, which is great. And also to you, Shelley, just for giving us the guiding light that we need. Yes. Thank you so much for that. The relationship scaffolding was put up today, and I appreciate that. That was absolutely wonderful, and I think I'm in the mood for a quote, just like I'm inspired.
And this is one of my favorite quotes from Eleanor Roosevelt. And I was actually telling Wasty it came from The Devil, not The Devil Wears Prada, The Princess Diaries. Yes. But it is a relevant one. And it says that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And that is such a true quote through and through. And I think a lot of people can take something beautiful from that.
I feel good. I look at that, read it. Hope you screenshotted your TV somehow. But look at that. You can do it again. Take a picture quickly, because that is a quote that we want to leave you today. And thanks a lot to our panel. And I think now is the time for us to get all energetic and exercise our right with that inspiration. Let's get skipping once again.
Yes, back at it again, and we're not doing anything other than make you superior and nothing about inferior. So we're back with Masingole Felani, and we are going to continue our skipping fitness session this morning. Now, Masi is and was selected to represent South Africa at the 2006 World Championships. Now, listen to this. He brought back a gold and silver medal for double Dutch and overall. So he's honestly the perfect person to take us through this workout this morning and chat about the Skip Nation Skipping Challenge. And he's also brought along two big guns as well. Masi, who are these two cats over here on your side, man?
This is Malusi Tumtumana and that's Buisile.
Buisile and Malusi, okay.
Yes.
And are they skippers? Are they any good?
Yeah, they are very good. These are SA champions.
Oh, okay.
And also international champions all the way from Khayelitsha.
Nice.
Yes, Kasi.
Lekker,
from Kasi to the world.
Straight from the Kasi all the way to the top of the podium. I love that. And I'm always a firm believer in the talent that we have in our country. It's just incredible. These two obviously showing us the ropes. But what are they doing and how did they become champions? Can you show me kind of like, what are the moves and what do you actually have to do? I read something about double Dutch or Dutching and then there's the overall. What is that? Can you take me through the process? Show me a demo maybe.
All right, first of all, I just need to explain to the public about our Skip Nation. So about the entries, you need to record yourself doing your running, your speed run for 30 seconds or your basic jump feet together and you post it on our social media at Gymnastics South Africa. And then for schools, you guys can submit your entries on our WhatsApp. The number is 081-840-7770.
Okay.
All right. And also you can enter. Yes. And hashtags South African Gymnastics Federation or Gymnastics South Africa. And yeah, post your entries on our social media. And don't forget to hashtag Skip Nation.
Okay, so we know how to enter the competition.
Yes.
We know what the rules are. There's the double jumping or there's the single one where you counter right.
Yeah, for 30 seconds.
But let's talk about these guys, man. I want to see the pros do it. I want to see a demo. I want to see how and what the bar actually is. How good do we have to be a champion like these two?
Yeah,
and kind of what are some of the different styles of skipping? Maybe you can show me that.
All right, cool. Okay, we first going to show you what we call Chinese wheel.
I feel like I should step back here.
Yes.
Watch out. Here we go.
The
Chinese wheel.
Yeah, Chinese wheel. And then we're going to show you double Dutch, and then we show you what we call a single rope freestyle, where you can show off all your tricks in like 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Nice.
Okay, cool. All right. Myself and Malusi, we're going to show you a quick Chinese wheel. All right.
Chinese
so it's two.
Right. I'm stepping back, Zanzi. I don't want to get hurt here. These ropes are big.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is a Chinese wheel.
Oh, what's going on? Okay. Oh, that is cool.
Set. Go. Sapela cross.
it.
Okay. Coordination required.
That's what we call
as well.
Chinese wheel. All right.
A lot of concentration. You and your partner, you need to understand each other, right?
Understand each other, yes.
Kind of like
counting is very important.
It's kind of like a game I remember we used to play like back in the day when you were kids.
Yes,
and then everyone would like kind of jump in and then you do your thing. But this is a lot harder than that.
Yes.
Right, so Chinese wheel, that's something you get graded on. You get points for that as well.
You also get points like how creative you are.
Okay.
And then the skills, and also you bring your culture. You know?
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. All right. So step one, the Chinese wheel, we just learned that one.
Yes.
I don't know if Mzansi is going to be attempting that yet, but if you do, let us know. What do you got for us next?
We are doing double dutch.
Double dutch.
Okay, basically double dutch is a teamwork. Also, you need to understand each other and you bring your culture into it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I see the two ropes in there.
Yes,
all right.
2 ropes.
So they're swinging the ropes in opposite directions currently. Man's just slipped in there, nice and easy. And then switch the rope at the same time. Okay. The game's just changed.
All right, look at this, look at this.
Man, you made it look so easy.
Look at this.
Oh, I love it. Oh, man, okay. This is not just skipping, ladies and gentlemen. This is acrobatics, gymnastics, coordination, fitness, and a little bit of skipping on top of that. This is crazy. Okay. Masi, do you think I can jump in next?
Yes, we're going to jump next.
To get in?
Okay,
what do I do?
This one is going to do what we call speed run.
Okay.
Speed run.
Speed run, let's go for it. Speed.
Go.
Yeah! I can't even see the rope anymore.
Stop! All right, you want to try?
I want to get in here. It looks so easy. You just run straight in.
Okay, so basically when I say go and this rope goes up, you jump in.
Okay,
feet together.
Okay.
Ready, set, go for it. Jump. There you go, jump.
I'm doing it. Don't make the team. Okay, a lot harder than it looks. I felt like there was just ropes everywhere. I don't know what to do. But you guys make it look so easy. You're so calm and collected. Clearly, I can see why you guys are champions. But man, how long does it take to get into this? You guys train often every week, or is it just like let's just have some fun and play?
Yeah, okay, so basically we train two days a week for 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Very important dedication. Right. Yeah, and make sure. Thank you so much.
I love it. Must you guys were absolute legends. Two of your brothers here. Nothing but the best of luck for the next competitions coming up. And for you, Mzansi, get involved in the skip competition. Go make sure that you sign up online. Send your videos through. You got 2 options, and let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's skipping. Don't forget the child in you, and don't forget that this is a workout. Lots of cardio action, and clearly I'm on a breath, as you can see. But man, hopefully one day you can match this and replicate the pros. But I'm going to be practicing, guys. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm so glad you stayed. We've been relationshiping, we've been skipping, we've been doing the most today, and more to come, including a little video lauded by Viola Davis herself. But before we get there, let's take a peek at the news. Zoe is standing by.
Thank you, Wasty. Well, let's start off with national news. Johannesburg City Theatre has pledged to honour the late veteran poet Don Matera by launching an Emerging Writers Awards project. The 86-year-old passed away last Monday after having been ill for some time. The theatre's artistic director, James Nkobo, said Matera had believed in young writers, and to celebrate his legacy, they would commit to uplifting the youth in literature. Nkobo made the commitment yesterday at the memorial service for the late author in Roodepoort on the West Rand. And staying with local news, large parts of the Sebokeng and the Ivaton have been left without electricity after Eskom shut down a vandalized substation in the north of Vereniging in Gauteng. Eskom said it was forced to shut down the Seboko substation to protect it from more vandalism or an explosion. The power utility said the substation's control room was vandalized and panel wiring and protection cables were cut. Eskom added that this would impact power in areas supplied by the substation. These include Everton, Sebokeng zones and Everton small farms. Now moving to news abroad, played by humans, chess is a game of strategic thinking, calm concentration and patient intellectual endeavour. But last week, a chess-playing robot apparently unsettled by the quick responses of a 7-year-old boy unceremoniously grabbed and broke his finger during a match at the Moscow Open Chess Championships. A video shared on social media shows the robot taking one of the boy's pieces. The boy then makes his own move and the robot grabs his finger. 4 adults rushed to help the boy, who was eventually freed and ushered away. And staying with news abroad, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on a diplomatic offense in Egypt is dismissed claims that Moscow caused the global food crisis. In a speech to Arab League ambassadors in Cairo, he said Western nations were distorting the truth about the impact of sanctions on global food security. Much of the Arab world and Africa have been badly affected by grain shortages caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Lavrov will go to visit Ethiopia, Uganda and Congo-Brazzaville to rally support amid anger over the war. And daring dogs and their owners in the UK cooled off from the blistering heat of the last few days by making a splash over the weekend as they paired up and took to paddle boards along the Dorset coast as part of Britain's dog surfing championships. Now, while most humans would struggle to stay upright on a surfboard, these pooches looked like seasoned pros on the waves. Now, familiar faces such as the Queen and Scooby-Doo made a splash alongside their canines as some competitors chose to dress up for the Dog Masters, as the event is fondly known. Dogs of all breeds and sizes, from Cocker Spaniels to Border Collies, Labradors and Terriers, were spotted excitedly surfing the waves. The canines were closely monitored to ensure they were happy and safely enjoying the rides in the water. If the pictures are anything to go by, it seems like they were extremely happy indeed. All in all, a thoroughly adorable event and, of course, a few moments for the next day. Well, that is where we leave your morning headlines for now. Here's another look at your sport.
Talking about moments, how about winning the WAFCON? That was absolutely incredible. SAFA President Dr. Danny Jordan has given assurances that Banyana will be given the bonuses that were promised before the Africa Cup of Nations. Jordan said that each player will get their 400,000 Rand incentive on their return from Morocco tomorrow morning. He added that the team deserves recognition after its excellent performance in the tournament. A brace from Hilda Machaya gave Banyana a 2-1 win over hosts Morocco to be crowned Queens of Africa for the first time in their history. Well done, ladies. Now, on to cricket. The third one-day international between England and South Africa at Headingley was washed out, meaning the series is drawn 1 apiece. Just 27.4 overs were possible, with 2 lengthy rain delays enough to force the abandonment. And South Africa were 159 for the loss of 2 when the second lot of rain came, with opener Quinton de Kock left stranded on 92 from 76. And South Africa won the first ODI by 62 runs runs before the hosts hit back with a 118-run win in the second game. Attention now turns to the first of 3 T20s starting this Wednesday. On to Formula One. The world champion Max Verstappen took full advantage of Charles Leclerc crashing out of the lead to extend his advantage in this year's title race with a crushing victory ahead of Lewis Hamilton in Sunday's French Grand Prix. The 24-year-old drove with flawless control in the searing heat to guide his Red Bull home ahead of Hamilton in his 300th race, with George Russell completing the podium. After 12 of the 22 races, Verstappen leads Leclerc by 63 points in the drivers' standings. Now let's stay in France. Denmark's Jonas Vingegaard secured his first Tour de France victory as Jasper Philipsen of Belgium sprinted to victory on the final stage in Paris. Philipsen was an easy winner on the Champs-Élysées, with Vingegaard finishing alongside his Jumbo-Visma teammates after 3 weeks of racing. Now, he beat last year's champion Tadej Pogacar by 2 minutes 43 seconds in the general classification, with the 25-year-old also claiming the polka dot king of the mountain jerseys. South Africa's Louis Meintjes finishing 8th was a fantastic feat for a South African in that particular competition. So all smiles all around. In fact, talking about smiles, we've got Ryle standing by with the traffic and weather. Let's take a look.
Yes, Carlitos, thank you so much. I have brought the smile here. It is Ryle, and I'm here to give you the traffic right now because a lot of you might be heading to the roads or planning to do so. So we've got you covered. Now, starting in Gauteng, 4 ways on the N1 northbound. There's been an accident off the Rivonia Road obstructing 1 lane. So please do approach with caution. Now, for anyone in the Western Cape region, you want to look out if you are heading through Century City. There is congestion on the N7 southbound before the N1 inbound ramp. Now, heavy delays can be expected, so please keep a lookout for this. Now, back to Gauteng now, and if you are traveling on the roads near Centurion on the N1 southbound, there are roadworks after the Flying Saucer interchange. Now, 2 lanes are currently closed, so again, we do advise that you please approach with caution. As well as for everybody else heading on the roads, make sure that you buckle up, stay safe, and be cautious. For now, though, it's time to head up to the skies and take a look at the weather. Now it's time to take a look at the weather once again and report on weather news. Now, a state of emergency has been declared in part of California as the largest active wildfire in the U.S. rapidly spreads near Yosemite National Park. Now, the so-called Oak Fire has rapidly grown since starting on Friday, and firefighters are struggling to bring the blaze under control. Now, some 6,000 people have been evacuated and multiple homes have been destroyed. Around 400 firefighters and 4 helicopters are battling the blaze, and Natasha Fotes, spokesperson for CAL FIRE, said the scale marks an ominous start to the California's wildfire season, and that a combination of drought, climate change, and overgrown vegetation are increasing the chances of fire spreading rapidly. Now, much of the U.S. is sweltering in a heat wave, and advisory warnings are in effect in more than a dozen states. Now, temperatures in Mariposa County hit 35.5 degrees Celsius on Saturday and are expected to stay at that level for the next few days. Well, from our wildfires to our sunrise views. Next up, sharing in on the sunrise views, we've got Matthew, who sent us this shadow sunrise image of the sun peeking through with some figures in the background all the way out in dispatch. What a beautiful shot to start the day. Next up, we've got Louise Cherry, a family friend of ours, who sent us this stunning pink-filled sky with birds flying out in the distance in Maybury Park, Alberton. What a beautiful moment to capture. Now, next up, we've got Mariki, who sent us this calm sunrise out in East London. Look how the clouds are just fading into an epiphany of colors. It's just calm and the water looking so, so soft. Finally, though, we had this one sent in by Unity Malau out in Waboonskraal. Now, look at this stunning shot. I mean, come on. The clouds look like a pastel painting in the sky, and the colors are just absolutely serene. But you, Mzansi, are stepping it up always, and I absolutely love seeing how you start your day wherever you are in the country. I mean, it puts a smile on myself and everybody else's face in the studio, and I'm sure Mzansi's too. So don't forget, send your sunrise images to us. That's 063-408-8863, because yes, we'd absolutely love to see how you start your morning. For now, though, let's take a look at the temperatures across the country. Starting off in Polokwane, the day starts at 4 up to a high of 17 degrees. Mbombela sees a starting temperature of 6 up to a maximum of 20. Pretoria sees a chillier start of 7 up to 20 degrees. And Johannesburg, the chill continues at 6 degrees, but moves all the way up to 18 degrees Celsius. Moving over to Mahikeng now, where it's also a chilly start of 8 degrees, but up to a moderate 22 to be your maximum for the day. Klerksdorp sees the day starting at 4, all the way up to 20 degrees. Kimberley, much the same, a chilly start of 4 degrees, all the way up to 18. But look at this, Bloemfontein coming through with -4 degrees to start the day, moving up to only a high of 17 degrees Celsius. Chilly stuff indeed. Moving around the bay now to Richards Bay, of course, on the coastline. 8 is your low, moving up to a high of 19 degrees. Pietermaritzburg sees a chilly start of 2 degrees, all the way up to 18. Durban, your day starting at 11 up to 19. And Mthatha, a chilly start of 1 degree Celsius, and your maximum only rising to 16. Over to East London now, where the day starts at a warmer 9 degrees. Still a bit of a chill, but only moves up to a moderate 17. Cradock brings the chill factor, though, for sure. -1 to start the day, up to 17. Mabega sees a warmer start of 7 degrees, up to a high of 17. And George, much the same, 9 degrees is your starting temperature, up to a high of 17. Moving around to the mother city now and finishing up on the coastline. Cape Town, 10 degrees to start the day, up to a high of 20. Sunny skies expected. And Worcester, much the same with the sunny skies. 8 is your low, up to a high of 21 degrees. Sutherland bringing the chill back at 2 degrees to start the day, up to a high of 15. Last but not least, the beautiful Uppington, starting your day at 12. Sunny skies expected all the way through to your maximum of 26 degrees. Sanzi, once again, thank you so much for sending those incredible pictures in. And speaking of incredible, here's someone absolutely incredible standing by. Let's find out more.
I feel like it's trappe van vergelijking.
We actually looked it up. You can actually see. We almost look like a signal bar on a cell phone. That's fine. Anyway, right, so here's the thing. Lauren Lee is here. We are so happy to have Lauren Lee, who will be just chatting about Viola Davis. You know, Zoe, Viola Davis decided to retweet a certain video that was on our show not too long ago, and I think it's beautiful. Remember that song? To the left, to the left.
That's the song.
And we're going to be chatting to Lauren Lee very soon. Also, if you're thinking about touching the channel, don't touch!
Don't.
Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Oh, you're going to feel good. You're live in S3, and musician Lauren Lee has taken the world by storm as part of the group Woman to Woman with their viral video performing a uniquely South African rendition of Beyonce's Irreplaceable. That entire video was irreplaceable. It was amazing. In fact, the video has been reposted by the likes of Chris Brown. The latest to jump on the bandwagon is indeed Viola Davis. And the video has garnered over 2 million views online to date. And I feel like at this stage, here's a quick reminder.
To the left, everything you own in a box. To the left, in the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch. Don't touch. Keep yelling that mess, that's fine. Could you walk and talk at the same time? And it is my name that is on that mix. So remove your bag so I can call you a cab. I'm standing in the yard, and he's telling me how I'm such a fool. He's talking about I will never ever find a bra like him. Yo, I was lekker op sy kop geval.
That was phenomenal, okay? Because, I mean, that's probably the first time in that video I heard when there was a little ad-lib, line van die jaar af. I knew it was proper. So, Lauren Lee is pursuing a solo career, and we're excited to have her in studio. Sure, after all of that, Lauren Lee, I mean, that is with Woman to Woman. Did you actually expect that entire performance to go viral on Expresso back then?
Not at all. We didn't expect the video to go viral because to us it was just like we were rehearsing the song because that was the second video. So the first video was us just rehearsing the song.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, let's record it. And then we put it on Facebook and then it went berserk. And then Expresso invited us and then it went...
It went
bonkers.
Yeah, it went. But you know what the great thing is? I want to tell you why it was viral. It was viral because it's authentic.
Yeah.
And authenticity should always go viral. You know, it wasn't a fake rendition. It was like, you know, people from Cape Town celebrating a culture and giving that rendition. I think that's why it actually went viral. But now with Viola Davis, that acting extraordinaire is now just posting it. In fact, she said, okay, no, I'm the one on the left, you know, the Carl copy of that one, you know. And I think that was also just an amazing thing to see personally as well. Almost like I felt very, very proud.
Yeah.
How was it for you to see Viola Davis come through and say, hey?
Look here, I was sleeping.
Were you still? Oh,
and when I woke up, everyone is tagging me. I'm like, why is everyone tagging me? What is going on? And then I was like, what? Did Viola Davis just really share this video or put it on her Instagram? And then it went boss again. It went.
Yes. In fact, it didn't go viral. Yeah, sorry, the terminology indeed is boss. I apologize for the lapse in terminology there. The word is boss. Just remember that by dankie word. Tot ziens, goodbye. Line van die jaar af. Now, here's the thing, Lauren Lee. When it comes to you, after Woman to Woman, you had to pursue your own career. I know that you've been working very hard with the hubby, who's a producer as well.
Yes.
How's been the solo career? I mean, on the back of all of that.
Yeah, so besides COVID and everything, it's been going well. Just after everything lifted, and so it's been going well. I've been doing lots of gigs, and so I'm just grateful that we are working again, or that I'm working again, and I'm just really, really grateful for that. So it's been great. It's really been great to just have work and be able to just sing and go on stage and sit here with you, you know?
Yes, you know, and especially this.
Yes.
This is part of the whole process, you know what I mean? I love that. That's what we're supposed to do. But when it comes to the music, I know you do a lot of covers.
Yes.
Original stuff. Or is that in the cards as well?
Yes, that is in the cards.
Nice.
And I know that was in 2018 when I released the song, and I actually did it on Expresso.
I love it.
Yes, so my husband actually produced the song, I wrote the song, and another co-writer wrote with us.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And new stuff for 2022?
I'm praying. I want to have new stuff by the end of the year. I need to have new stuff. It's my time. It's my time to have new stuff.
Now, quick one. If Woman to Woman were to give you a call and say, check here, let's get together again, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I'll be like, let's do this.
Would you say to the left, to the left?
Yes, we will say to
just
the
like
left,
that, eh?
Yes, yes.
You have to, do you remember how to, you have to make it?
To the left, to the left.
That's what I'm talking about, honestly. And I feel like Beyonce, you know, there's a new offering coming out. Beyonce should actually really do a remix and actually call you and actually make it happen. That would be the best. But Lauren Lee, an incredible artist in your own right. I cannot wait to hear you perform on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. There are many performances coming up. It is going to be phenomenal. So make sure you stand by and don't even touch that TV, please, because it's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. To the left.
Oh, well, listen, from the left to right into the kitchen where we're about to make the right kind of and the best meal for your Monday dinner.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, well, listen, if you thought that lasagna could not get any better, well, you might want to try our Clover Elite Cheese Alfredo Lasagna roll-ups. Now, it's fancy and it's really flavorful thanks to the elite quality, elite taste, and elite texture of Clover cheese. Now, the family is going to love this one, and Jenny Morris is here to show us how it all comes together. She's already getting started on the roux.
You know what, today, it's going to be more like a kangaroo than a roux because we're not using flour. We're going to use the delicious, thick creaminess of the cream as a base for the sauce. I've got the garlic going with our butter just to release the flavor. And then we're going to put our herbs in. Dried
and that
herbs.
Garlic hits you, right?
Isn't that gorgeous? And some salt and pepper. So I'm just releasing, and I'm seriously going to go in with my cream. Can you hear that sizzle? And then with our Clover cheese, oh, how delicious. We're going to use 3 cheeses in this. I'm going to use some Parmesan, but of course my Clover Elite. I'm going to go into here with that.
Oh.
And I'm going to make the base for you, but you're going to make the filling for me, Zoe.
I'll make the filling, but I know you are using our Clover Elite cheese because it is perfectly crafted due to the 5-step crafting process to bring you cheese that is superior in quality, taste, and texture. And we've combined the elite flavors of Clover cheddar and Clover tussers in this recipe. And you can also use Clover feta for a crummy little top off, if I can put it that way, on your dish. Jenny, how do I get involved? So I'm going to take the chicken and just roll it.
Yes, but what we're going to do is we use the lasagna sheets. I might go ahead of the pack and give you that, and you can put some chicken in that, roll it up nicely. I love the combination of the chicken and
a little bit of
spinach.
Okay,
and while
this
my
is
sauce
spinach, not basil.
No, this you can add basil later, but this is going to be gorgeous. So
and then you place it into your dish.
That's it. Pop it into your dish. It's such a lovely, easy recipe. Now you can do all kinds of things. You can use mincemeat. You could make this vegetarian, whatever blows your hair back.
Okay. You can go thick and filling.
Absolutely.
Now I would even put cheese in here.
Oh, absolutely. Now what I'm going to do is normally I would put my sauce on the bottom, but you can just throw it over the top because it will definitely find its way into the bottom of the dish. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm waiting for the cheese to melt. If you have a look at that, I love the meltability of this cheese, which is wonderful. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Really gives you that cheesiness that you want and that flavor that comes through.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that we're adding spinach to this recipe.
I want to do it. You can add anything with your chicken. That's how I always say, take a recipe and just own it. You can put some basil pesto with this, you know, whatever blows your head back.
You can even keep it vegetarian if you want to, and go with feta and sun-dried tomatoes.
And more spinach. Yes, mushrooms would be stunning. Okay. So I'm almost ready for you. If you have a look into my pot, you will see that this is started to give off all its deliciousness.
I'm going to roll here for you.
Yes. And then I'm on my way to you, sister. Oh, that's beautiful. It's lovely and rich.
Yes. I feel like we're leaning over each other here.
I'm going to add now a little bit of Parmesan to the sauce.
And really
I'm going to save a bit for the top here. Absolutely. Now, this is like a cheese bomb. It's beautiful.
Okay. I feel like we're almost done here. Look at this. This is like really putting me to work today.
No, it's called a team effort.
Okay.
We girls are good together.
We are very good. We're not wasting any ingredients.
Nothing. You're going to make a good wife. Look at you. Stunning.
We put that into the universe, Jenny.
I'm putting it to the universe. Are you listening? So he's going to make a very good wife. Okay, so bring that here. I don't want to burn you.
We do not want to waste any of our toppings.
Nothing is going to be wasted, sweetheart. Let these hug each other nicely.
Our dish is a bit big.
It's all right, darling. We like big.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that. Isn't that just too glorious for words? Now it's going to continue to cook in this beautiful sauce. I have made one for you, so if you're feeling a little bit hungry, I like a lot of cheese.
Oh, yes. And I mean, you can't go wrong with your Clover Elite. Tussers as well as our cheddar, and then this goes into the oven.
Just going to go into the oven. Remember, everything is cooked, so you just want it to start getting all bubbly and delicious. And away we go. There we go.
Okay, so we're going to put this into the oven so that that can cook further.
About 180, just until the cheese melts, and as I say, it starts bubbling up. That's my girl.
There we go. And then look here, we have the final dish ready. They've even put a plate and a spoon. Well, no spoon, but a knife and fork. Are you cutting me a whole little square there?
I'll cut you a little square.
Okay, this is breakfast for me. If you want to get your hands on this delicious cheese Alfredo lasagna roll-ups with our Clover Elite cheese, head on over to our website. That's expressoshow.com. Jenny Morris is busy cutting all the good carbs for me. I need that with all the running that I'm doing. Jenny, I'm having a look here, and I don't know, Jenny, if I told you I entered the Cape Town Marathon, the full one. I've never ever in my life ran a marathon, so all the carbs are welcome.
I'm very proud of you.
This tastes amazing. I love the hint of spinach coming through. You can definitely play with this recipe.
Everything about this is, I love you.
There we go, okay. Definitely wifey material. I'll take it. Oh, listen, the recipe is available for you at expressoshow.com.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
You'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing, that you'll be brave and joyful and kind, and that one day when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. Now, listen to this. It's always a good idea to hit pause, right? Reflect, and where you are and what you want is something we always need to take into account. And what about that? And what about anything else when it comes to, I think, a game, right? So we are about to do another round of moments, memories, and more. Now, today we are talking about deal breakers in friendships and something that we've all had to face. And our contestants and our panel, let us say, is Carlitos and the beautiful Zoe in the building. Now, guys, I've got a question for you. Obviously, this is a little bit different. This is not a time-based game. This is more about giving input and giving us your opinion. All right, so you can relax.
Deal breakers.
You can relax.
I'm gonna
I'm be honest with you, Zoe. Carl's a little bit nervous. Every time anyone finds out they're going against you, Zoe, they know, oh, I've got to bring it.
The anxiety was so high now. I was like, what are you going to tell me? In 5 seconds, I can't do this. But let's share. Okay.
Yes, let us share. Let us share on this information, right? So, for you guys, a simple question: what is a deal breaker for you in a friendship? What exactly are some of those deal breakers? Something that I can't do this. This is going to end it. This is what I call it.
A deal breaker, if I may go first, is if you betray my trust. I struggle in general to trust someone, and I trust waist deep. So when I share a secret with him, I don't want that secret floating around with someone else. So that for me is a complete deal breaker. If you can't, you know, if that trust is not there, that for me is a deal breaker on a friendship.
Yeah. And it's difficult to obviously do much after it's been broken as well, because, I mean, you're always going to have that...
that mistrust will always be there.
Yeah. Call for you, something that stands out, red flag in the friendship?
Red flag, inconsistency. You know, you get people like, you know what I believe, eh? Like, people just need to relax and just chill out and look after each other. But then when somebody responds in a way that's not, you know, sort of connected to what they told you, then I can feel that inconsistency. I don't like it when somebody's a certain way with one person and different with other people.
Okay.
I feel like you have to have the consistency across, and equality across every relationship you have.
Yeah.
So if your relationship with me is like special and you're only nice to me, I'm not having it. You have to show that in your community and the way you interact with other people as well.
I like that. So it's not conditional.
Exactly.
I like that a lot. For me, something that definitely stands out, especially in this game, is loyalty. And I think that kind of preys on what Zoe was just saying. I mean, it's of utmost importance in this day and age, especially when you have all this chaos around you. You need that loyalty. You need that trust.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to call that flag out? Have you ever had to go through the moment of, listen, this is a red flag, this is something I don't do, I can't work this friendship anymore, we've got to end it. Have you ever gotten to that point?
I'm terrible at actually doing the confrontation. You'll just hear less and less of me. I'll just backtrack.
You just like slip away out of their life. Suddenly they're like,
I don't reply to messages.
Okay.
I don't say yes to going out. I just backtrack.
Okay, so subtly you just disappear from their life.
I know, it's horrible being ghosted, and I'm doing this now to friends.
Well, they were friends. They're not friends anymore.
Well, they're not anymore.
So they deserve it, so don't worry about it. I got your back.
Reply yet, then I think you can put two and two together. It's over. It's over. Call for you.
So what Zoe was actually talking about is silent cancelling.
Silent cancelling,
Yes, when you cancel them silently, and they'll never know until they're like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Well, you were cancelled.
Or the response to that is just another 2 blue ticks.
That also could be it. But, you know, confrontation-wise, I think that it's important. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And if you can't deal with that, then that would break the relationship, or it'll keep it going and say, you know, thank you for your honesty. I had a very cool confrontation with a friend of mine the other day. And it was really healthy. It was healthy, and I think it's great because I could share I didn't like a certain thing. And in response, there was something that came back that was, thank you for your honesty. And I think that's where you know the friendship is real, where you actually have to have that honesty. Sometimes it does break, and if it breaks, you know it wasn't meant to be.
I like that. That's a good way of looking at it. Just move on with life. Let bygones be bygones.
There we go.
I love that. Look, let me take that to this level. Obviously, we've spoken about some of the red flags, but when it comes to some of the most important factors and traits in a friendship, what exactly are those for you? Zoe?
I think, you know, you want someone in your corner. You want someone that wants to see you succeed, and you want the same for them. You want the best for that person, and I value that. And I think myself and Wasty, we do have that special friendship because we get to work together on various platforms. And like I tell him time and time again, I have your back. Like I'll support you no matter what.
Got you. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of, especially if you're a risk taker or you're doing big moves, you need to know you've got that support no matter the outcome.
No, I love that, especially in a space that there aren't many rules, and to have someone that you can kind of have that guidance with as well. Or just like, I'm going to take a risk, hold down the fort, I got you. You need someone like that. I love that. I think that's something I would definitely add to my resume of things I'm looking for. But for you, Carl, I know you've got a couple attributes there you want to...
You know, I think that not everybody's a psychologist, but the one thing about a friend is that even if they don't know exactly what to say at the time, they will just stick around. They'll just be in the room with you. and they'll listen to you rant and they rave and get sad and cry. Not everybody is suited to that sort of thing. Like, let me tell you what to do. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you can actually just have somebody in the same room that knows exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, on the other platforms we work on, we've had we had ups, we've had downs, but the great thing is that we've always stuck it, in that room, we stuck it out and said, don't worry, I've heard you, I feel you, and you will get through this. And I'm going to check on you tomorrow. Like, that's enough for me. That's friendship to me.
I think it's something that everybody absolutely deserves as well. We're talking about friendship. We're talking about some of the highlights, and what a beautiful discussion we're having right now. And it's your turn, of course, now, Mzansi, to answer and maybe win something big too. So the question to you is, what are the 3 most important factors in a friendship for you? Now, you've heard the answers from our panel, but we want to hear from you. So share your answer with us on the Expresso page or Twitter page. And remember to use the hashtag #MoreThanARusk in your entry. Now, the best entry will win a 2,000 Rand in cash hamper. And on top of that, you're also going to get a delicious Omar Rusk hamper. Now, remember, the T's and C's do apply and can be found on expressoshow.com. So without further ado, I wish you nothing but good luck. And I'm going to try to see if I can get some of these rusks, because it looks like there's almost nothing left. Well done, guys. Great conversation. Thank you. Wholesome.
There's more in every dip with Omar.
I love rusks. They're amazing. They make me feel like performing, and that's exactly what is going to happen right now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now we have the mezzo-soprano singer, Lauren Lee. I had to say it that way because it's exotic. She joins us back in studio to deliver a powerful, strong musical performance. There's a song that'll make you feel golden this morning, which is how you should feel every single morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Jill Scott's Golden.
Choose to go, he will take me far. I'm taking my whole freedom, putting it in my stroll, and I'll be hot stopping y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, moving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll, and I'll be high stepping y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm holding on to my freedom, can't take it from me, and I was born into it, it comes naturally. I'm strumming my whole freedom, playing the God in me, representing His glory, hope is round me, hope is round of me. Living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden.
Yes, please. I want to have 2 more performances, please. That was phenomenal. Thank you, Lauren Lee. That was great. If you want to see more, stick around to Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm feeling golden this morning. I hope you are too.
to your feel-good breakfast show, and when it comes to fashion, I am here for it. And jeans, they represent democracy in fashion. Those are the famous words of Giorgio Armani. Now, I mean, let's take a moment to think about the one most worn item in your wardrobe, and I bet you it is a pair of good old faithful jeans, or maybe even your denim jacket. Well, nonetheless, jeans are, in fact, they are universal fashion pieces, giving you effortless style and comfort no matter your size, shape or gender. And with us in studio this morning is Kim Crossman, Head of Buying, and Ndipewe Chuso, Senior Technologist from Woolworths, to tell us more about their denims with a difference. Ladies, it's so great to have you both here.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Oh, I'm looking at that railing that's there next to you, because whenever I walk into Woolies, I'm always so amazed at the different sizes and styles that you have on offer. And Kim, I know you guys want to make sure that there is something for everyone, regardless of their gender, their size and shape. Now, can you talk me through some of the beautiful styles that Woolies currently have?
Absolutely. So our goal in we're very passionate about this brand, and we'd love to actually have every South African woman in one of our denims. A focus for us has been inclusivity, so really all age groups wearing our denim, all sizes. We now actually go 12 sizes in every fit, so we go from a size 4 to 24. And today I have with me a few fits that you have to have in your wardrobe. So I'm going to talk you through some of them. The first one being a perennial piece. This is our jean legging. I've actually got Ndipewe modeling this right now. It goes up to a size 24. It has an elasticated waistband. It's very comfortable to wear, and at 299 Rand, you can't go wrong with this denim.
And yeah, I thought you were wearing denim, so you're wearing like the jacket.
The jacket.
Oh, look at that amazing fit.
The next perennial, I think every woman has this in her wardrobe. It's a skinny denim. I'll start at 399 Rand. It's again a comfort stretch, a constructed waistband. We do it across different washes and variations. We've got embellishment, which is a big trend for the season. Abrasion, there's always a little bit of rip and repair. So I do think this is silhouette every woman needs in her wardrobe. And then the next fit I'm actually wearing, it's a curvy. It's designed to fit your waist with no gape. It's for the customer that has a somewhat smaller waist and a bit of a thicker thigh area. It hugs your curves. We launched this in winter and we're seeing great traction. This also goes up to a size 24. And then the next fit, the straight leg, easily this season taking over. We've got this in updated new raw washes. It's a regular length, and we offer it in extended length. So we're super excited about this shape. Gillian, our model over here, I'd like to welcome Gillian. She's wearing our boyfriend denim. This is a lower rise denim. It's quite kicked in. It's a firm favorite in our business, and we're quite excited about it this season.
I'm also wearing the boyfriend today.
Are you wearing it?
Obviously, I'm wearing it in a different colour.
Great. And I love denim on denim. It looks really good. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, and then our final shape, Azra's modelling this. This fit and flash silhouette is taking over. So it's a higher rise. It goes in at the knee and out at the leg. You can pair this with a high heel, a sneaker, but these are really the top 6 fits that you have to have in your wardrobe.
Oh, amazing. There's endless denim, and I mean, I'm loving the different shapes you're accommodating. I'm loving the different styles that Woolworths have brought out, and I know that quality is super important when it comes to Woolies. Yes. So, Ndipewe, I'm going to ask you this. How does Woolies ensure that they have the best quality guaranteed for their customers when they buy a pair of denims?
So at Woolies, we believe that quality is the first thing that comes into mind and for our customer. We use world-class suppliers, garment and trim suppliers, and our fabrics go through a strict testing to ensure that the fabrics are durable and the performance lasts wash after wash. Another thing that we do is we wear a trial our garments and new fabrics to ensure consistency. And our vendors that we use have systems in place to ensure that the inspections that they go through the quality comes authentic and the performance is of quality standard.
You know, I have a pair, I've got a denim jacket in my cupboard that I bought, I think in 2015. I just started on Expresso, and I still wear it. It still looks like it's new, and I often get questions like, where's it from? I'm like, this is from years ago.
Yes.
But it's Woolies.
It's the fabrics. It's our fabrics, and we ensure that the quality is the best.
Okay, well, you always make sure the quality is the best,
Yes.
but you also make sure that you look after the environment.
Yes.
How does Woolies make sure that their denims is environmentally friendly?
So 100% of our cotton that we use in our denim is sustainably sourced. And we also use eco-friendly dyes, and everything that we use on our wash processes is very Eco-friendly. Yes. And when you do the wash process, everything is less energy, less chemicals that we use on our products.
Oh, well, it's wonderful having you both here. Thank you for showing us the incredible options that Woolies is presenting us. And if you at home would love to shop any of the looks you saw today, you can shop Woolworths' range of exceptional denims for the whole family. You can buy it in-store, online, and on the Woolies app.
All right, so we go from denim and go for great cooking, because apparently great cooking is in the genes. That's why we got Jenny Morris here, who's going to help us get through what is going to be fried chicken, but a vegetarian version with a bit of a yogurt dip. Why not? This is the best thing. So, Jenny Morris, it is an honor and a pleasure to be in the kitchen with you, with mushrooms as well. Hey?
I'm going to treat you like a mushroom.
Are you?
And keep you
well,
in
in
the
that case, the shiitake just got real, girlfriend. Yes, let's do this.
You're going to make it, it's not just any sauce, it's a lovely blue cheese.
This is a blue cheese sauce. I feel like suddenly my accent changes when I think about the blue cheese.
I love it.
It is very beautiful. I think we also got the clover authenticos, which is also, well, that's a different accent. That's more Greek, but it works.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you need to kind of guide me through, because I'm just assuming that we're going to go with a bit of lemon. We go with our blue cheese. We've got some dill. We've got some chives, and we've got authenticos.
Yes.
So it's about ratios now, isn't it?
Oh, darling, just...
Must I just do my thing?
Do your thing.
While you do that, what are you up to there? You're dipping it into some yumminess.
Well, darling, what I'm doing here is I've got that delicious clover as well. And I'm making... and we're going to have a little bit of heat. Because we all know I can take the heat.
You can take any heat.
I don't know if you can take the heat.
Sriracha.
Sriracha.
That's it. It feels like that. Armando, you must dance too. The word sriracha is actually a dance move, which works beautifully in your mouth.
Yes, in your mouth, not the cucaracha.
No.
Okay, so what I've done is you can marinate this for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just pop them into some flour that I've got some onion powder, I've got some garlic powder, I've got some smoked paprika.
That's all my favorite stuff right there that I'll put on any sort of like fried chicken.
Absolutely.
It's a vegetarian recipe.
It's a vegetarian.
That's why. And the great thing about the mushrooms is that mushrooms, they really absorb, which is why you have to marinate them for a while. Otherwise, the coating's going to be superficial and you're going to end up getting it breaking away from the mushroom, which is not cool.
You want the flavour to really go into it. They're lovely. They're nice and porous.
Do my job here while I'm talking.
Do your job,
I just got lost in your eyes. I'm so sorry.
Darling, I get lost in yours as well.
Stop. Ooh, look at me blushing here.
I love it when you look up to me.
I always look up to you, by the way. It's just something that we do. It's like that. Okay, everything's going in. And then, of course, let me just get my authenticos sorted out here. And this is where the ratios come in, where things get very interesting. And,
so what I'm going to do now, my darling, is I've got my oil nice and hot. It's very important. You want your oil nice and hot because you want these crisp, right?
Yes. Did you say crisp?
Crisp. Crispy.
Yes.
There we go. And then just give these a nice toss around in the flour. Like so.
Beautiful.
Yes. And what happens is, because you've got all this lovely yogurt hugging the little mushroom body.
Hugging the little mushroom body.
Yes, look at that.
That almost sounded flirtatious all of a sudden.
Well, I like flirting with mushrooms. You flirt with me, I like to flirt with the mushroom. Listen to that. Doesn't that sound delicious? And the minute it turns golden brown, it's time to leave the pot. Don't overcrowd your pot because you want them lovely and crispy.
Yes. And also because that brings down the temperature of the oil, isn't it? And then
it does.
You're not going to get a good crispy out coating.
So clever.
I'm just, you know what I learned from the best? I watch these shows featuring this chef by the name of, her name is Jenny something.
Oh, yeah.
Jenny, I don't know, it's some good shows. She's been to Morocco and everything, I love it. She's even got a chef school to put some people to their faces. But I just watch and I focus. It's great. Okay, I've got your dip ready.
Yes.
I've made love to this thing.
Oh,
it's just
I'm
really
happy.
blue cheese and the herbs are going through. What I like about the lemon as well is that it just adds that freshness to it.
And it cuts it. It's just, look at this, Carly. Look at this, my babala. Look at this. I'm going to even let you. It's very hot.
Really?
But I want you to have a dip. I want you to have a dip.
I am impressed with that. That is gorgeous.
I think even a meat eater would be very, very.
This is really great. We should actually just. Why not? Because I know you love the rustic vibe. But
me too.
I'm just going to think, you know. Maybe
you want to style it?
I'm going to style it a bit here,
go
just
on.
to make sure.
Go on.
And then I'm going to do a bit of this, a bit of that over here. Okay.
Oh my goodness, he's now showing off.
Just a little bit of this.
I love it. Did you save some herbs for the top?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm going to put that there.
Oh my goodness, he's making a smear.
Do a little bit of a smear, and then we're good to go. Right, this is still piping hot.
But now don't mess up your smear. Go there.
Oh, must I go? Oh, must I? Okay,
yes,
I'll go.
Don't mess now.
This is going to be super hot. If you want to get any of the ingredients, I want you to please go over to expressoshow.com. Grab the recipe, please, and then try it at home. And also try it thinking about Jenny Morris. That way, cooking is a pleasure. It is for me. So give it a shot. Let's taste it.
It's beautiful.
Oh, my word.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's got almost like a calamari texture to it.
I love it.
I'm loving this. And also, the dip is perfect. The blue cheese, the lemon.
Absolutely.
It's really giving me seafood.
Do you know what? You
it's
could,
so good.
And you can use anything. Once you've got your yogurt base, you could use actually any other flavors to go with it.
I love that. Okay, if you want to try this, please do. There it is for you there. Make sure you add a bit of a schmear onto the plate as well, but it's gorgeous, it's fantastic, and I mean, this is the recipe that you need to try. Vegetarians in the house, it's no problem. Got you covered. On your Feel Good Breakfast Show, go to expressoshow.com. Thank you, Jenny.
Color Your Plate with Koo is back on SABC2 with a flavor-filled second season that will have you eating better with Koo. If you think you're Mzansi's next cooking star, you have the chance to show us how you color your plate with Koo. Take a video of yourself creating a colorful meal with Koo and tell us why you should be selected. WhatsApp your entry video to 072-741-5357 to stand a chance to be on the show and win your share of prizes valued at 500,000 Rand. Enter now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Monday. We are live and we are bringing you all the magic. Now, we are back in studio with songstress Lauren Lee and her band. Now, they're here with another performance, this one from Snow Allegra's Love Like This. And let me tell you, it is a perfect rendition. It's something that's going to get you all wound up and get the stress out of you. And it's just perfect for today. So, without further ado, here's Lauren Lee. Take it away.
You say nothing's wrong at all, baby. I say that we're falling off lately. Maybe we just ain't been on the same page. In my mind, I'm not fighting. In your heart, you keep trying. Is the truth we don't hiding? That's just the way we are. Can say I love you when it's like that. Can say you love me when it's like that. If you was you, it wouldn't be like that. To everybody else, it will just all be bad. And I love it when we make up like that. And I love it when I make you mad. And baby, we just love like that. Yeah, baby, we just love like that. At times I don't want you around. You do something to make me smile, and it's hard for me to try to doubt this feeling. Yeah, we could just walk away, and yeah, we could just stay away. The things I love about you, I can't change. No, 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 no. In my mind, I'm not fighting. In your heart, you keep trying. Is the truth we done hiding? That's just the way we are. Can say I love you when it's like that. Can say you love me when it's like that. If it was you, it wouldn't be like that. To everybody else, it would just all be bad. And I love it when we make up like that. And I love it when I make you mad. And baby, we just love like that. Yeah, baby, we just love like that. Ooh,
I promised you, and she delivered. Lauren Lee coming through with a beautiful rendition, and we absolutely love this. So, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. If you want some more soul-warming music, then Lauren Lee is going to be performing for us in just a bit. But for now, though, official duties must commence, and Zoe is standing by.
Thank you, Raul. It's time for us to take a final look at your headlines. It's 8 o'clock, starting with national news. President Cyril Ramaphosa says the blockade of grain from Ukrainian ports had forced African leaders to think seriously about food supplies in the future. He was speaking in Pretoria at a news conference with his Ivorian counterpart, President Alassane Ouattara, who is on a state visit to South Africa. The leader of SA and Ivory Coast welcomed a deal signed by Ukraine and Russia allowing wheat and maize to be exported from Ukrainian ports. It's the first major agreement involving Moscow and Kiev governments since the conflict began on the 24th of February. And staying with local news, Johannesburg City Theatre has pledged to honour the late veteran poet Don Matera by launching an Emerging Writers Awards project. The 86-year-old passed away last Monday after having been ill for some time. The theatre artistic director, James Nkobo, said Matera had believed in young writers, and to celebrate his legacy, they would commit to uplifting the youth in literature. Nkobo made the commitment yesterday at the memorial service for the late author in Roodepoort on the West Rand. Moving to news beyond our own borders, Malawi has started repatriating Mozambican refugees who were forced from their homes by Tropical Storm Ana earlier this year. More than 8,000 people crossed into Malawi from Mozambique after being displaced by the storm, which hit parts of Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Madagascar and Malawi in January. At least 70 people lost their lives in the cyclone and thousands of homes were damaged, with bridges collapsing over swollen rivers, sweeping away livestock, cars and their occupants, and flattening fields of crops. And played by humans, chess is a game of strategic thinking, calm concentration, and patient intellectual endeavor. But last week, a chess-playing robot, apparently unsettled by the quick responses of a 7-year-old boy, unceremoniously grabbed and broke his fingers during a match at the Moscow Open Chess Championships. A video shared on social media shows the robot taking one of the boy's pieces. The boy then makes his own move and the robot grabs his finger. 4 adults rush to help the boy, who is eventually freed and ushered away. And vets have just transferred more than 30 orphaned young rhinos to a sanctuary designed to keep them safe from poachers who butchered their mothers. The move required extraordinary planning, including the assistance of animal friends who accompanied the orphans. They're sensitive animals, said 40-year-old Yolanda van der Merwe, who manages the rhino orphanage, caring for young calves orphaned by poachers and rehabilitating them. Orphan calves are nursed back to health by a team of caregivers who, at times, pull 24-hour shifts, sleeping in the same enclosure as the animals to help them adjust. Van der Merwe said, and I quote, "We need to give them absolute love to get them through the trauma. When they're fit enough, they're released back into the wild. Up to 90% normally make it there." They're also fitted with special transmitters to monitor their movements as part of an array of security measures to counter poachers. This month, after its old lease expired, the non-profit moved to larger premises in Limpopo at a secret location between game farms. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your sport.
Thank you, Zoe. Let's take that final peek now. SAFA President Dr. Danny Jordan has given assurances that Banyana will be given the bonuses that they were promised before the Africa Cup of Nations. Jordan said that each player will get their 400,000 Rand incentive on their return from Morocco tomorrow morning. He added that the team deserves recognition after its excellent performance in the tournament. A brace from Hilda Machaya gave Banyana a 2-1 win over host Morocco to be crowned Queens of Africa for the first time in their history. Once again, well done, ladies. On to cricket. The third one-day international between England and South Africa at Headingley was washed out, meaning the series is drawn 1-1. Just 27.4 overs were possible, with 2 lengthy rain delays enough to force the abandonment. South Africa were 159 for the loss of 2 when the second lot of rain came, with opener Quinton de Kock left stranded on 92 from 76. South Africa won their first ODI by 62 runs before the hosts hit back with a 118-run win in the second game. Attention now turns to the first of 3 T20s starting on Wednesday. We will take a closer look at the cricket action with our cricket writer Zaid Adams a little bit later. But on to Formula 1. World champion Max Verstappen took full advantage of Charles Leclerc's crashing out of the lead to extend his advantage in this year's title race with a crushing victory ahead of Lewis Hamilton in Sunday's French Grand Prix. The 24-year-old drove with flawless control in the searing heat to guide his Red Bull home ahead of Hamilton in his 300th race, with George Russell competing, or should I say completing, the podium. Now, after 12 of the 22 races, Verstappen leads Leclerc by 63 points in their drivers' standings. Now, on to cycling. Denmark's Jonas Vingegaard secured his first Tour de France victory as Jasper Philipsen of Belgium sprinted to victory on the final stage in Paris. Now, Philipsen was an easy winner on the Champs-Élysées, while Vingegaard finished alongside his Jumbo-Visma teammates after 3 weeks of racing. He beat last year's champion Tadej Pogacar by 2 minutes 43 seconds in the general classification. The 25-year-old also claimed the polka dot King of the Mountains jersey. And here's the kicker. South Africa's Louis Mentjes finished 8th overall. We had a top 10 finish. Another reason to be proudly South African this morning. That's a wrap of your sporting action. As mentioned, another update for you when it comes to our cricket writer and our unpacking of that ODI series. But for now, let's take a peek at the traffic and weather. And here's Ryle with a smile.
Yes, thank you so much, Carl. Coming back at you with a smile right now and hopefully helping you and assisting you on the roads when it comes to traffic. Now, reporting on traffic this morning, Eastern Cape Mthatha on the N2 inbound, there is a burst water pipe before Nelson Mandela Drive. Now, the road is currently flooded and traffic is slow moving. So, of course, please use an alternative route this morning. Sticking to Gauteng now and moving to Alexandra, there has been a multi-vehicle accident on the N3 southbound after London Road. Now, 2 lanes are currently blocked. So again, please use an alternative route this morning when you do commence your journey. Over back in the Western Cape now, if you're on the roads in Bellville on the N1 inbound, there has been an accident before the Jip de Jager off-ramp. Now, all lanes are open, but delays, of course, can be expected. And on that note, please make sure that you stay safe in the roads and buckle up and do be vigilant. And as always, for now, though, let's head to the sky and check up on the weather. Reporting on weather news this morning, and it is all about snow. Yes, snow this weekend turned the eastern parts of Lesotho and the Eastern Cape into a winter wonderland. Now, although the measurements could not be immediately confirmed yesterday, it's the guess by the SA Weather Service that the flakes were about 1 centimeter over high-lying areas or mountain peaks and some 6 to 8 centimeters over the southern Drakensberg. And the weather boffin said there were prospects of more snow this coming Saturday over the southern Drakensberg's region during the latter parts of the day. Now, this especially if the expected systems are favorably positioned for it. Now, although it's still a few days out and the forecast will likely change later in the week, for the next 7 days, no extreme weather is expected in the Eastern Cape. And it appears that no hope of pushing back day 0 in the drought-stricken Nelson Mandela Bay at this stage too. Well, for now, though, the rest of the weather update this morning will bring us to our sunrise images, which we absolutely love to see. Now, first up, we've got Emil Jones, who sent us this misty and eerie image from Buccleuch in Johannesburg. In Johannesburg. I mean, look at that. Overcast clouds, and what a refreshing start to the morning. It looks like a pastel picture being drawn. Next up, we've got Jan Stadler sending us this beautiful violet clear sky out in Carletonville, actually. And I mean, look at that. That tree is just stealing the show as beautiful lights of color peek through in the background. Next up, we've got Lajith Maharaj, who sent us this crispy yellow horizon out in KZN this morning, looking like it's going to be a bright and beautiful day. Now, finally, we had this one sent in from Owen Granger all the way out in Lakeside. Now, he's one of our regular sunrise photographers, and he sent in this stunner. I mean, looking at those city lights glistening across the lake just as the sun peaks up, and I'm even seeing the moon in that shot too. I mean, what a beautiful one. Well played, well played. For you, Mzansi, of course, don't forget to send in and share your sunrise images with us on our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863, because, oh, come on, look at the smile you're putting on our faces, and you know how much we absolutely love looking at your part of the world. For now, though, let's take our final look at the temperatures across the country, and starting off in Polokwane, the day starting at 4, moving up to a high of 17 degrees. Umbabela sees the day starting at 6 up to a moderate 20 degrees. Pretoria, very similar conditions. 7 is your low up to a high of 20. And Johannesburg, 6 being your low all the way up to a high of 18 degrees Celsius. Moving over to Mahikeng now, your day starting at a low of 8 degrees, moving up to a moderate 22. Klerksdorp, sunny skies all the way around 4 up to 20 degrees Celsius. Kimberley, much the same, sunny skies with a start of 4 degrees up to 18 degrees Celsius. But listen to this, Bloemfontein coming through with a chill. -4 degrees to start the day, moving up to only 17-degree high. Over in Richards Bay now, the day starting at 8 all the way up to a moderate 19 degrees Celsius, and Pietermaritzburg, a chillier start of 2 degrees all the way up to 18. Over in Durban, your day starts at 11 but moves up to only a moderate 19 degrees Celsius, and Mthatha bringing back the chill at 1 degree being your low to start the day and moving up to a high of 16 degrees Celsius. Over in East London now, where the day starts at a chilly 9 degrees but moves up to a high of 17. In Cradock, it gets even chillier, -1 to start the day, so the frost is coming through, but you move up to 17 for your high. high. Mbecha sees the day starting at 7 up to a high of 17. And George, the day starting at 9 degrees and moving all the way up to 17 degrees Celsius. Moving around and down to the mother city now in Cape Town, your day starts at a moderate 10, all the way up to 20 degrees. Sunny skies expected, and much the same for Worcester. Sunny skies with a low of 8 and a high of 21 degrees. Sutherland brings the chill back at 2 degrees to start the day up to only 15. And Uppington sees a 12 degree start and moving all the way up to a warm 26 degrees Celsius. Sunny skies expected all the way around. And once again, Mzansi, thank you so much for all those incredible pictures this morning. Absolutely blown away by how you start your morning. And let's see what the rest of the team are up to as they get prepped for something interesting. Let's find out.
Very interesting indeed, Raul. Box Up is a charity boxing event that's taking place, and we're going to be coming to you live with Kughle Adams from Johannesburg as we get to chat to some of the contestants.
And of course, boxing and then unboxing the weekend's cricket action with Zaire Adams is also coming up, our cricket writer. So make sure you stay there. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. All right, a nice punch in the morning.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We still have time together till 9 o'clock and lots of fun to be had.
So, Box Up is a fantastic opportunity for contenders to go head-to-head. Also, there's a great cause attached to it. To find out more, here's Kughle in Joburg with Angelique Gerber.
Good morning to everyone in studio and good morning to you at home. Kughle Adams coming to you live and in charge from Johannesburg. I am starting off this day on a very exciting note with the beautiful actress, TV presenter and motivational speaker Angelique Gerber. On the 30th of July, she will be going head-to-head against Tashay Burger at the third installment Box Up happening on Saturday. Now, it's said to be a sensation because it's the first ever all-female celebrity headlining fight to take place, and she's here to tell us all about it, especially touch on the importance of the fight against gender-based violence. Good morning, Angelique.
Good morning.
How are you feeling about this upcoming fight? Are you excited?
I am so excited. It is a whole range of different emotions that I'm going through. I'm just trying to stay level-headed at all times, not to freak out too much. I mean, I've never done something like this before in my life, but I prepared really well, so I'm just trying to remind myself of that.
I absolutely love that. I mean, we all know that boxing is an all-male, mostly predominantly male-dominated sport. How do you feel being a part of the first ever all-female celebrity headlining fight?
Oh my word, I am so proud to be the first all-female headlining fight, and you know, just to bring awareness around the fact that, man, us women can do it too.
Yes.
And it's been such an exciting journey. It's been so empowering. If you're a lady and, you know, you are really struggling with self-worth, or you're in a situation where you're struggling with abuse or getting bullied, I'd really recommend you go to a boxing club and take up boxing. It is amazing what it does for you physically, spiritually, and mentally.
It's empowering all around. Right?
So much.
Please tell us more about Box Up. I mean, what do they aim to do with the funds raised at this event?
Well, I am fighting for my NPC company, Family Protection Association, and I know Tashay is fighting for Yellow for Survivors. So the funds will be split 50-50 between our two companies and her NPO. So I can just talk about my company. I'm sure Tashay will inform, you know, the viewers about what Yellow for Survivors does. But Family Protection Association is such an amazing company. They fight legally for each and every victim. And, you know, the great thing for me is that every single child that ends up on their desk, they fight for. Unfortunately, there isn't always enough funds to fight for every woman or every man, but they really try to fight for every child. I mean, which child has 100,000 rand to go and fight not to be put back into that abusive, horrible situation? And I mean, I don't know if you followed the whole Swart versus Swart, but you know, this poor woman, you know, the state really failed her, and her husband got away with just a 20,000 rand fine. It's like just a little slap on the wrist. Don't do that again. Off you go abuse another woman again. And you know, I feel like the state is getting there, they're getting there, but still they drop the ball in a lot of cases, and that's where Family Protection Association comes in. And they take you and they give you the best legal advice, and they fight for you in the court. They give you the best lawyer, advocate that you need as a woman, as a child, to not go back to that situation, and make sure that you're protected and educated, and that you have the courage to stand up against your abuser.
That is very important, especially because South Africa has the highest rates of gender-based violence. It's actually mind-blowing.
I know.
So that safe space is truly important for women, for children, for men, or anyone who's stuck in that horrible, horrible situation. Why is the fight against gender-based violence important for you?
Well, I'm extremely passionate about this, and that's why Vanessa Marie actually approached me, and she asked me to do Box Up, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about getting a bloody nose and a blue eye. But then she hooked me with, but we're going to create awareness for gender-based violence, and you can, you know, get in money for your NPC that you're involved with. And it's so close to home for me because I will actually be fighting with my grandmother's name. You know, you're the first one that I'm telling this on my shorts because, you know, she died due to abuse. My grandfather abused her physically, emotionally, mentally, so badly that she ended up dying at the hands of her abuser. And it's just been a generational thing in my family. And oh my word, I am just super passionate about it, and I really want to help women and children out there, specifically women and children. I know that there are men as well, but that's where my calling lies. I have a passion for women, I love children, and I really want to help them and just show them that there's help out there and that there's legal help for you.
Yes, that is truly heartwarming, Angelique. Thank you so much for sharing that story with all of us. I'm pretty sure it's also inspired people who are watching right now back home.
I hope so.
But we will be back for you to tell us more about the process that you've gone through in preparation for this upcoming fight on the 30th of July. Do not go anywhere, because I'm sure you also want to learn a thing or two about boxing. Make sure to purchase your tickets and support Box Up by purchasing the tickets from itickets.co.za. They will be supporting two very important gender-based violence organizations. But not only is it about the fight, also enjoying performances from amazing musicians from South Africa. But right now, it's time to meet the second contender back in studio.
Yes, thank you so much, Kule, your second contender for the evening. I'm going to talk to you about it right now. We're going to talk about Box Up Series because the first headline fight featuring two female celebrities is to be presented on Saturday, the 30th of July, 2022 at Supersport Park in Centurion, Gauteng province. Now, actress Angelique Kerber will be going up against the undoubtedly talented musician Tashay in the building now, who is joining us this morning. She's going to be chatting about everything coming up with this fight. She's charismatic and exceptionally good at what she does. Now, definitely can agree with you here. Her stage presence has led her to fame, and it is what continues to allow her to carve out her own space as a new generation Afrikaans rocker. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Tashay in the building. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You're going to get used to this intro because on the big day, it's going to be a lot more nerves, right?
I'm like, julle praat nonsense, but gaan aan.
How are you doing?
Good, lekker.
How are you feeling about it?
Traffic is heavy in Cape Town, but we're lekker.
Oh, yeah, you made it though. Early morning. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you fought through the traffic. But let's talk about this incredible series that's happening. Box Up, as some will say. What exactly got you to get involved in this campaign even? Is it something you've always wanted to do? Did you always want to be a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, I watched Rocky when I was small, and I think each and every one of us is like, this heavy cool. Die ou is super cool.
Yeah.
En jy wil kan het boks, maar toe ons gaan kyk of dit kos en so, want my ma says, no, Tasha, it's not happening, eh? And you're not going to stand on stage with a broken nose or a missing tooth. Anyway, so I just left it. And when Vanessa called me and asked me, luister, wil jy teen Angelique fight? Do you want to fight? I'm like, yeah, obviously.
This is my calling,
I can't just twee keer dink nie. But then I asked my wife and she was like, babe, are you serious you want to do this? En toe sy opset vir so 5 minute. Toe sê ek, no, but it's for a good cause. We're fighting against gender-based violence. Then she was like, okay, cool.
Okay, then it's fine. Okay.
So then I was like, okay, 100% I'm going to do it.
Okay, but look, it's not just fighting though. You're actually doing something for an incredible cause. I mean, this campaign from Box Up is actually aiming to sort of eradicate gender-based violence. Why is this so important in this event, and why was it important for you to get involved in this?
I think we don't talk about it much. I think it's getting better, but I don't think we talk about it much. And I really want to put an end to it because I don't know why it's still going on. Hoekom is dit nog steeds in ons huishouding? So we want to say that boxing is a sport and it belongs in the boxing ring and not in your house or around your house or in a bar even or whatever. So yeah, I think it's important to. I want to be a part of the journey to stop gender-based violence, and I think this is. Yeah, just another step closer to stopping it.
And I think it definitely is highlighting that, especially. I mean, I want to talk about, before we get into the fight itself, you're also involved in another organization which is doing some incredible work. I want to find out more about it, though. Yellow for Survivors. What exactly is the aim here, and what exactly is Yellow for Survivors actually doing?
Yellow for Survivors is amazing. Die vrou wat dit, kan I speak Afrikaans?
Yeah,
ek gaan dit makliker kan verduidelik. Die vrou wat dit besit, sy was aangeval en toe is sy gelos vir die dood. En die ou wat haar aangeval het geel aangehad.
Okay.
En haar favourite kleur vandag is geel.
Geel, ja.
En dit is my insane hoe jy op daai level van vergifnis kan kom dat geel jou favourite kleur raak. It's amazing. En sy stap en die rede hoekom sy stap soos vir kilometers en kilometers en dae en sy sê om awareness te bring. En sy sê hoekom sy dit doen is dit kos niks nie. Dit kos niks. It's just to bring awareness and to create awareness om ook die hele ding kan te stop. So dis net amazing. Haar vrou is insane. Ek kan nog steeds nie glo. Vir my die grootste ding is dat geel haar favorite kleur is. How do you get there? On that level of forgiveness. No, like, I love yellow.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Is it something you're going to be wearing in the fight?
Well,
maybe. Good idea.
Maybe geel sokke of iets.
Yeah.
Geel sokkies.
On top of that, though, I mean, let's talk about the cause itself, because yes, you're fighting. Yes, we are talking about GBV. How exactly would you plan to use this fight to kind of create more awareness? Obviously, going for the win would be #1. Obviously, giving you the platform to speak about it. But how else would you like to maybe draw awareness to this?
Ek dink hoe meer mense ons daar het, hoe meer van 'n presence kan ons daar hê en hoe meer groot impak ons kan ons maak. So I would really love for each and everyone, as jy tyd het om kaartjies te koop, livestream tickets of om daar te wees as jy daai kant van die wêreld is. Hoe meer mense ons het, hoe groter impak kan ons maak. Dit sal baie cool wees om te wen, maar if I win or if I lose, I'm very proud to be a part of the journey. En ja, ek sal 100% dit weer doen. Dis my regtig baie cool. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Tasha. Well, don't go anywhere, Mzansi, because Tasha is going to be sticking around and joining us and taking me through a little fitness session that you can also join in on. But of course, before we get into that, I want to remind you to make sure that you can also purchase those tickets and support Box Up or Box Up, which will be raising funds for two very important GBV charities. Now, in addition to this highly anticipated fight, guests and viewers can also expect top entertainment by the likes of individuals such as Francois van Cook, Caroline van Jaarsveld, Early B, and Brendan Paper in the building. Now, you can purchase your tickets and find out more details at itickets.co.za. And as you heard from the legend herself, the more people that are there, the merrier. We are creating and raising awareness for an incredible cause. But don't go anywhere. I'm going to put myself through the paces and join this fabulous soul. We'll see you in a bit.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. And this is quite exciting because we are announcing the final 3 of the 18 fans this morning that will compete alongside the All-Stars on Tropica Island of Treasure. Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's find out who the next 3 are joining, well, who will be joining the celebs in paradise are.
Okay, first up, please welcome Offense Boloko, a 30-year-old from China, this extroverted hunk with a heart is sure to get pulses racing. I mean, look at that bod, come on. TV screens are going to melt. Offense is a former professional rugby player. We can see that by his shoulders. And holds down his super busy career as a personal trainer. He also bodybuilds and finds time to explore the coolest local restaurants to satisfy his foodie cravings with his closest friends. Please welcome Offense.
Oh, and joining the team is Lani Lewitz, 36 from Witbank. Now, Lani has built a formidable family of fitness fanatics through her daily career as an online personal trainer. She has created a safe space for women to work out at her outdoor boot camp and is super inspired to continue growing her community and helping people achieve their goals. Now, she believes that being a highly active person, fun, and her natural love for traveling will give her the edge on Tropica Island of Treasure.
Goodness, the gun show continues. Here's the next one. Buton Nero, 27-year-old from Piketberg. Now, Buton is all about that smooth lifestyle. He exudes confidence, is super competitive and highly entertaining. The show needs that. Buton's passion lies in reality TV, creating innovative content and living an ultra-healthy lifestyle. You can tell. Look at the guns. Come on.
Do you feel you live an ultra-healthy lifestyle?
I live a lifestyle.
There we go. Well, let's say welcome to Offense, Lelani, and Buton. We can't wait to see you on Tropica Island of Treasure, coming soon on September. In fact, in September on S3.
It's going to be a gun show, and there you have it. We have finally completed it. Your top 18 Tropica fans have all been announced. An incredibly strong and enthusiastic group. So make sure that you just get smooth with the smooth fans for sure. It is going to be an absolutely epic season.
And follow at MyTropica for inside scoops on fans this week. You do not want to miss out on anything.
Oh, it's going to be such an incredible competition. It looks like these competitors are literally on another level. But for now, though, we're going to try and stay on another level. We've been inspired, and I've been inspired by Tashay, who we spoke to earlier, and it was all about boxing. And when we talk about boxing, it's a sport that requires a lot of speed and, of course, agility. Now, it's on top of that, helping you to build strength, which is so important. But most importantly, you have to be light on your feet. And that's like Muhammad Ali once said, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Now, boxing can also help to improve your heart health, your body composition, as well as strength. So I'm going to be joined by Tashay this morning, and we're going to go through a little bit of a fitness workout inspired by boxing. And of course, if you are not aware, she is one of the contenders in the up-and-coming Box Up event, which is taking place on the 30th of July, live in Pretoria. So without further ado, let me welcome Tashay back in the building. I see you got some bright colors on for this one. Ready to have some fun?
It's a bietjie meer exciting.
All right, so I know you're the pro, and I know that you've been going through quite a legitimate training regime, but I thought this workout could be inspired by that exactly, and getting everybody else at home to maybe also get into the spirit of boxing, right? So with that being said, obviously boxing, as I'm aware, there's a lot of movement on your feet. Obviously everybody thinks that it's all about fighting on top, but a lot of the conditioning and a lot of everything else is coming from the feet and those quick feet. So what I want to do is literally just work on some ankle drills just to kind of get warmed up, and then we'll take it up to the upper body, which I'm sure you'll be used to quite a bit because the training has been going on. How long have you actually been training for so far?
I think it's 4 months?
4 months? Okay, now we're well into it.
4 months, 3 months. Around about there, I don't remember.
Well into it. All right, before we get into this, let's do a nice little warm-up. So we're going to just run on the spot nice and easy, just like this. And then what you're going to try to do is take a little bit of a step to the right. So you're going to go a step to the right, then a step to the left. And it's kind of just working on that alternation, working on that varied angle and stability, because we're not just going forward when we are boxing. This is something you can do for about a minute, kind of get the heart rate up, get the blood pumping, and get you into that kind of like boxing spirit. Once you're done with that, we're going to go into some sort of interesting exercises, which again has been inspired by you. So all of this, I've been watching your moves, I've been checking out the boxing, it's inspired by you. So again, we know how important the legs are when it comes to boxing. So I thought, yes, we'll do a squat, but we'll do a box squat, all right? So a normal squat, we go down and then come up for that squat, right? But for the box squat, what we're going to do is we're going to go down. Every time we come up, we're going to alternate and punch to the opposite side, making sure that we rotate that leg, getting all that power to draw through from the leg, and then straight back into our position. And then straight into a squat, and then turn and go through. How's that? Yeah, okay, well, that's a proper punch, all right? So I'm doing like a baby punch, and then Tasha's doing the real punch over here. I love that. I love that. All right, let's go for 10 reps. Mzansi, you can join in on this one. It's nice and easy. Down for a squat and then into your punch. Boom. And look at Tasha coming for those power punches over there. We've gone for 2. That's 3. We're almost halfway. Keep going. I'm going to actually try to keep up with her now because she's already stepping it up. She's already in fight mode over here. And I'm just trying to hold up. I'm loving the form there. This is something that I'm sure you could do for days considering your fitness and considering the fact that the fight is only a mere few days away. But once you're done with your 10 reps, it's as simple as that. That's your first exercise done. I was chatting to you earlier. You were mentioning, I was asking you some of the training exercises that you've done. I was wondering if this one was going to come up, and it definitely did. You mentioned mountain climbers, which was a big one.
I mean, it's a big thing. It's the legs.
Yes.
It's the legs.
I want to change up the mountain climbers again because obviously with boxing, we want shoulder stability, shoulder control, which comes from the mountain climbers. But I also want to see if we can incorporate some core, which is oh so important. I mean, the amount of body blows that you're going to be taking in a day, you definitely want to have a core engaged while still being able to move around, be athletic and functional. So, going into the position that you normally would when you're doing your mountain climbers, you're obviously raising yourself on the ground, and you've got your mountain climbers like this, right? After every mountain climber, we're going to go for 1, 2, and then we're going to raise the right arm, raise the left arm, and then repeat again. Right, so raising the arm every time is forcing more stability in the shoulder, forcing the core to engage, and we want to try not to rotate and fall too much to either side, right? So when we are lifting the hand, we don't want to rotate too much. You want to try to stay as stiff and as slowly as possible. Okay, ready for it? Gotcha. 2 mountain climbers, let's go. 1, 2, okay, right hand up, nice. Left up, mountain climbs, let's go. 2, left hand up now, and right hand, nice. Keep going, up, up, keep moving. Woo. Woo! Yeah. All right, almost done with our 10 reps. And once you're done with that, you can feel how crazy this looks because you've got to concentrate, you've got to pay attention. I don't know about you, your shoulders...
It feels very weird.
Yeah, it does feel weird, and it does look weird. And I'm sure for you, it's not burning as much for Mzansi and the normal human beings. They're definitely going to feel the burn on that one. How are you feeling?
I'm very good. Let's start now.
Feeling too easy. Okay, now we can start. Now you're ready for it. All right. So we're going to go into something which I absolutely love. Again, it's for punching. It's a quick movement. It's just a push-up going into a rotation. Again, working on that stability of the shoulder. Again, working on that upper body strength. We're going to go straight into it. Show Mzansi 4 reps of each for you at home. Obviously, you can carry on with 10. So we go into the push-up and then rotating to the side, lifting up, keeping the shoulders stabilized. Yeah. And then straight back into that push-up position. Let's go for 1 round at each side once more. Out here with Tasha, showing us how it's done. The box up potential champion in the building.
Hey.
And boom, that's your workout done. As simple as that.
Lekker.
Nice job, Tasha. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Yeah, I should actually. I need to get some more tips from you guys as well. But of course, you Mzansi, don't forget to get those tickets in. It's the box up opportunity, which you can get at itickets.co.za. 30th or the end of this month. It's an incredible opportunity to go check out this event. It's a main event. It's raising a beautiful cause for GBV, and I'm out of breath already. So for you, go online, go get the tickets, and go support a beautiful cause. Tasha, nothing but good luck, man.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the training and you enjoy the fight. Woo, that took it out of me.
Hi? Wat 'n story.
What do you want to play?
The people we love are the ones that need us most. They'll always need a place to call home and opportunities to build their future.
Daddy, come.
That's why I took out life insurance from Old Mutual, so he'll always get what he needs, even if I'm not there.
Get 5 million Rand life insurance for only 509 Rand per month. Speak to your advisor and help your family get ahead of life.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. You're live on S3, and we need to talk cricket for a second. The ODI series between South Africa and England wrapped up over the weekend, with the team sharing the series honours. Disappointing. This is why I don't like rain. Well, only when we need it. Now, Friday saw England win the second ODI by 118 runs, with the final game yesterday abandoned due to that precipitation that we don't like so much. But with us to review the series is IOL cricket writer, somebody who loves cricket so much, his passcode for his phone is 6464. It's Zahir Adams. How's it going?
I'm all right, you go.
No, I'm okay. I'm just okay. Because I'm thinking about Quinton de Kock and how disappointed you must be with an abandoned match, knowing that you are well on your way to, like, century type of area. But before we get there, can we talk about Friday?
Yeah, so I came in here and I said South Africa to win the series.
Yes, you did. I need to talk about that. I'm sorry. But it didn't play out that way. But I need to talk about Friday, the match itself. When you get 83 on the board and you walk back to the change rooms, what is the thinking from a captain's perspective, analysing that? That's a crumbling.
No, 100%. I mean, let's start at 6 for 4.
Yes.
It sounded like a telephone number there for a moment.
Well, I told you that's your postcode, 6-4.
Yeah. So, it didn't go well. I think, particularly having made 300 the week before, a couple of days ago, it went pear-shaped. And the way Keshav Maharaj, though, is, he's quite a philosophical guy, where he'll go, bad day at the office, let's go again. And they went quite well until the rain came down. So they'll take it take it on the chin, and let's move on.
Can we analyse why that would happen? Why that? Because, you got Rassie van der Dussen. That's kind of the only person, batting-wise, that's got the prowess to kind of hold us up. And, we kind of looked very, very short in that department. Do you think you attribute that to the loss?
I think what happened there was it's caught in the deer in the headlights there. So, because it went duck, 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 and then suddenly Eden Markham runs himself out without facing a ball. So that's that's when the pressure's on and when it intensifies like that. Sometimes the brain doesn't make the right decision. That's what happened. And Rassie is the coolest customer. And when he goes early, the rest just falter around him.
Yeah, that's so true. And when I saw that, it made me think about depth. It made me think about the side. You need the depth, even in the cricket sphere. So it's so important. By the way, if you have any comments, 0634088863. We'd love to receive that via voice. So please feel free. Now, let's take a look at just yesterday, the Abana match. Of course, Quinton de Kock, I was telling you, that must be so disappointing. Really rearing to go, trying to improve on what happened the last time. How does a team sort of say, right, we've drawn this one, possibly out of our hands, but now we've got T20s to focus on. What do you do in that change room to focus the boys?
I think they know there's a World Cup coming up in a few months, and they've got 3 against England, they've got 2 against Ireland. It's massive preparation for them. Temba Bavuma, he's also not there, the captain, and I think that was the difference on the Friday, because he's also that calming influence. So when he's not there, how are they going to go in the next 3 games? Great to see Quinny striking the ball like he did. Lots to take from that, and he's a guy he's also somebody that they feed off. There's energy. He puts the guys come in and they can play their games going forward.
There were moments where I thought Quinny was actually playing a T20. Where he was just moving toward the ball. But I think it felt like he was frustrated. It felt like he felt that pain of losing and dropping to 83 and thought, look here, we can't do this to ourselves. But talking about that, T20's coming up this Wednesday. We've got another task, as you said, World Cup. Whatever we need to do, we need to focus. What are we looking like going into those T20s?
So a couple of new players come in the side. Wayne Pernell, Marco Jansen. 2 left armers. We saw how good England's left armers were in those conditions, so that'll boost the side. I think the batting unit might remain the same, and possibly stay the same. But a guy like David Miller, he comes more to the fore in these shortened formats.
Look at that IPL performance from David Miller's perspective. I mean, if you got that guy, he's a cannon. He's got us covered. Dare I ask you about T20s and how we'll fare in that? Because I know you said we'd win and then true.
So don't believe anything I say anymore.
No, I'm going to believe you now. Let's go to the T20s. What are we looking at? What do you think?
I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. This England side, they just go. They like a rolling ball. They just keep coming at you. So I'm going I think we'll go down on the first one, but we'll come back in the second.
Okay. I like that. That was very diplomatic. That was very 50-50 of you. You're on the fence, basically, which is okay.
There's a third one. I'll
take
come
it.
back.
No, I'll take it. We're on the fence. It's for now. But Zahir, thank you so much for analysing the games with us. Of course, we back the Proteas, and we'll kind of carry all of the courage of all the SA teams that have done well for us. The Louis Menkes at the Tour de France, the Banyana. But of course, the Proteas just need to make sure that they keep the South African pride up this Wednesday in the T20 series. And all the analysis will be here on your Feel Good Breakfast show here on Expresso. But for now, let's take another peek at some boxing.
Definitely. Thank you, gents. Listen, the sport is continuing. This time we're putting the spotlight on the ladies.
Yeah, we are indeed. Now, I had my chance to go up with Tashay when it comes to fitness, but it's now Angelique's turn, and she's going to be taking Kukle through the paces. So let's find out how she does.
Thank you so much, Zoe and Ryle. We are back live from Johannesburg this morning with actress, TV presenter, and motivational speaker, and power boxer as of late, Angelique Gerber. She's here to take us through the process of learning about self-defense and boxing ahead of the third installment, Box Up. And as we all know, that boxing is one of the oldest forms of martial arts. It's all about speed, precision, accuracy, and power. And I cannot wait to learn a thing or two about self-defense. Angelique?
Yes.
What have you learned through the process of training for this upcoming Box Up?
Well, all I can say is I have the world's respect for any fighter. The first session I had, I was like, oh my word, how am I ever going to remember all of this stuff and get punched? So, I'm going to try my best to teach you just a few basics. Okay. So that if ever you are in a fight, which I hope you'll never be because you've got such a beautiful face. Oh, so the first thing is your stance. This is the most important thing. Okay. So usually when people are in a street brawl or fight, they go off balance. Have you ever seen they come in and they're like, wow, and then they fall, and it's very funny to watch. Yeah. So you don't want to look stupid when you're in a street fight, right? So you've got to have a little bit wider than hip width apart. Okay. So what is your strong hand?
First, my strong hand is my right hand.
Okay, so left foot forward.
Left foot
You want
forward.
your strong hand to be here at the back. So the thing about boxing, it's not how strong or powerful you are in your arms, okay? It's actually all in the legs and the weight you put behind the punch. It's the pulling of the hips and the pulling of the hips and the shoulders, okay? So, let me see those fists. Okay, good. You've got the fists correctly. Yes. Because a lot of women tuck the thumb in here, and then that's just asking to break the thumb,
Please,
right?
not like this, ladies.
Yeah, no, like this. And when you throw a punch, you want to turn your fist. Okay. So that it's like a flat surface like that. You don't want to punch someone with this knuckle, especially not with that one, because you're going to break it, okay? Yeah. So you want to turn it and you want to look down the barrel, tuck the chin because this is your trip switch, right? You want to always protect this. You tuck it under and you're looking straight down the barrel of where you want to hit that person that's trying to hurt you,
I'm
right?
going for the nose.
You're going for the nose. That's brilliant because you know what? They're going to get all teary-eyed. Yeah. They won't, especially if they're not used to fighting. If you hit someone in the nose, the tears are going to come streaming down. They won't see, and that's when you throw that power punch of yours. Okay. So first, bending the knees.
Knees bent?
Yes, and you're facing sideways. You want to try and not be like open like this, you know, like the bullies would come, hey. Lekker, you open, you're a big target. That's great, you want that. But for you, you want to create a small target, tuck the chin under this so that this chin isn't exposed. Yes, hands up here, this covering this chin here. Perfect. Soft knees, there we go. So you first want to go and you want to step in and throw that weight with your left hand straight into the nose, like there. Okay, and bring it right back. Okay. Okay, and usually what will happen in a street fight is they'll come with this right hook. They want to brawl. They want to come, because it's the easiest one to throw, right? Yeah. So you're going to come there, get out of the way for them to throw, and then you're going to counter with this right hand, and you're going to pull the hip, throw all your weight into it, and go for the chin. And remember, down the barrel again. Okay.
Are
you going to try? Slowly first, okay? Cool. And step in with that foot. Bring in the weight. Bring in that weight. Boom. Get out of the way and throw. Beautiful. Look at you.
Hey,
wow.
man.
You see, it's all about it's this movement the whole time. Pulling, pulling, pulling and bringing in that weight. And bringing in that weight, okay?
Yeah.
And always trying to get the balance. Always get the balance.
In the knees and the hips.
Yes, never go over.
Yeah.
You want to just stay like this. And don't forget the body shots. If you can take the wind out of someone, oh my word. And I mean a proper, unless they're like a proper boxer or fighter, they're not going to be like this, you know, like covering all the soft spots. They're going to be open. You're like that, like this, right?
Yeah.
So don't forget to throw that body shots. So if you can come in down and you hit someone right there, on this, you're going to take out all the wind, and you can come in with a hook right there. Oh my word, they're going to be in so much pain.
I do not wish to get involved in any fight. And after this training, I hope that you don't try to challenge me in these streets. Angelique, thank you so much for joining us this morning and just taking us through your process of training for the 3rd installment Box Up. I'm pretty sure you are going to slay it, right?
Oh, I'm going to slay it. I'm gonna represent Joburg. Yes, Gauteng.
Yes.
I'm going to slay it.
Absolutely beautiful, and that's exactly how we kick off this Monday. You can even hear the dogs behind us. They are extremely excited as well, okay? Make sure to purchase those tickets to support the Box Up at itickets.co.za to see her go against Hashay this coming Saturday, the 30th of July. It's going to be very exciting because they're also supporting 2 very important gender-based violence organizations. It's not only about the boxing, but also the festivities from musicians that we love to hear and dance to Apa Mzansi. Thank you so much for joining us here live in Johannesburg. Igama lam Gukuhla Adams. Mamela, you don't want to get involved with this, okay?
Yeah!
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, and you are just in time because we have Lauren Lee in studio alongside her band, and she's here to perform a final performance for you, and it's a medley from TLC. Take it away.
Wish that I could tie you up in my shoes, make you feel pretty too. And I was told I was beautiful. What does that mean to you? Look into the mirrors inside. beside there, the one with the long hair. Same old me again today. My outsides look cool, my insides are blue. And every time I think I'm through, it's because of you. I've tried different ways, but it's all the same. And at the end of the day, I have myself to blame. I'm just tripping. You can buy hair if you won't grow. You can fix your nose if it says so. You can buy all the makeup that I can make. But if you can look inside you, find out who am I to be in the position to make me feel so damn pretty, and make you feel I'm pretty too. A scribe is a guy that thinks he's fine. He's also known as a buster, always talking about what he's got. Just sits on his ass. So no, I don't want your number. No, I don't want to give you mine. And no, I don't want to meet you nowhere. No, I don't want none of your time. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at, have a car, but you're walking. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you when you leave at home with your mama. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you when you have a shorty and you don't show love. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. Wanna get with me but no money. No, no, I don't want no scrub. No scrub. No scrub. No scrub.
Yes, Lauren Lee! Yes, to the left!
Doing amazing. Can we ask Lauren Lee and her band to please take a bow? That was incredible.
Yes, well done. Thank you, Lauren Lee.
I got so much nostalgia from that. I don't know about you guys. It's just like screaming along to those voices, to that lyric. I love that song. It's an anthem.
It is an anthem indeed. Lauren Lee, you're spectacular. And the woman to woman, this is why Viola Davis actually liked the video. And I mean, you are irreplaceable. So well done. And thank you so much for being a part of what an incredible show it was today. I felt very awake and inspired.
Yeah, man. Lots of big choices for us to be bestowed upon when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to communication, and when it comes to that all-important cause of GBV. That's something that stood out for me. That fight, I cannot wait to see who's going to take the title on that one. And of course, the details are going to be on your screen right now, but if you haven't been watching the show, then you can go find it at itickets.co.za. It's happening at Centurion Park, and that's the Supersport Park, and it's a fight that you are definitely not going to want to miss. I'm telling you, it's going to be a goodie.
It's going to be difficult to, I mean, those two ladies going head to head against each other, it's going to be difficult to actually watch that, to be honest. I don't know who's going to win. That's the
Who's your money on?
No, but that's the thing. Both of them are strong contenders, so it's very difficult to just choose one.
I know, Carl, you've got some insight into this.
What do you mean insight? I'm just saying
like
that
Tasha's
from Brackenfell. And I'm just saying that I know that from, Brackenfell days, you know what I'm saying? I know the people there, they are very strong. So I'm just going to say, Tashay, maybe it's a little bit of bias, but I think she might just do very well. But also, Angelique is looking so fit, so well done to them. But, there are other fights happening in our lives as well. I mean, when it comes to mental health, and that's why tomorrow on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we're going to have to be tackling some of the facets of that. So remember, take the number down, save it, share it with family, 063-408-8863. We'd love to hear from you tomorrow if you have any questions.
We'll see you tomorrow, Mzansi. Have a wonderful Monday.
Mwah. Love ya.
No, that's...
When something's on your mind, but words don't come so easy, think of all the other ways to say it. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.